What is up, everybody? I am Renascence Mark, your modern Renaissance content creator, your friendly neighborhood content creator, and welcome back to an episode of Per-Sception. If you guys don't know, my Per-Sception web series is kind of a interview-esque creator spotlight for people that I know, for people that I love, for people that I care about, and for people that I think creates dope content or can bring value to conversations. And therefore, so today we have the Twitch god himself. The Twitch god himself, not only one of my biggest inspirations, one of my biggest motivators, but an all-around great and amazing content creator, one of the funniest people you may ever know, and just someone I've known for 6 years now, since 2015.
I was thinking about it. I was actually thinking about it. I was thinking about it last night. I was like, damn, it's been like 5 or 6 years.
Golly. And this is somebody that I consider a brother to me. I consider one of my greatest friends, and one of the people that I know as a content creator who is just on the mark of getting and succeeding and everything that he had put his mindset to. And that is DreNav. Now, DreNav, I know I gave a little introduction, but tell the people about you. Tell the people about yourself.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you, Mark, for that amazing introduction. But yes, I am DreNav. I am a content creator, current streamer on twitch.tv. I started I like to tell people that I've been streaming for like 2-3 years, even though that's not true. I started streaming and I think whenever Titanfall 1 came out, and I don't remember when it came out, but the reason why I say Titanfall 1 is because that's when streaming was available on the Xbox One, like the OG VCR Xbox One. And I remember being so excited because I owned an Xbox One at the time, and I was like, yo, I've always wanted to stream.
Hell yeah.
So that's when I started streaming. But like from then till about like the tail end of 2017, I was like on and off. Like I didn't really consider myself a streamer because I was just, the schedule just wasn't there.
Thanks.
And then, you know, and then I went to like TwitchCon 2017 and saw, that was my first TwitchCon. And I kind of saw like I was like, yo, I want this. Like I got like super inspired.
Hell
so
yeah.
After 2017, I really just like and it helped like meeting like streamers and getting to know them and kind of seeing that mindset. So I was like, yo, I'm inspired. So right after TwitchCon 2017, I kind of like put the feet to the ground. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So I tell people that like, oh, I've been streaming for X amount of years, but like I really only been taking it seriously for about 2 or 3. You know what I mean? So
hell yeah.
But yeah, I the games that I stream, I like to consider myself I always say I'm a variety broadcaster. And if you don't know what that is, that's like you play everything. Like you don't really stick to one game. Like you'll see like people that like just play Call of Duty Warzone, or like people that play Fortnite. I really just play anything I feel like that day. But what I usually say is I'm a variety broadcaster that likes to play a lot of Apex because I love, dude, Apex Legends. Listen, Mark, you know, bro,
that's the game.
Like, Apex Legends, bro, is bro, it's been my thing for, I think this is the second year it's been out. Like, bro, since February 4th, 2019, bro, I've been on it, bro. I love that game.
You really have. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, so I've been on that game. But I'm also an achievement hunter, so I like to I like to do streams where I just pick a game. Like last night, I was streaming Hitman and 100%ing Hitman, like getting all the achievements. So I like to do streams like that. So it's fun, man. Like it's fun streaming, man. I really enjoy it. It's the community aspect, which I'm sure we're gonna get into.
Yeah.
But like it's a community aspect, just like having full transparency, having that second incoming or what's stream of revenue. That's
right.
what I want to say. Like just to be transparent, like that's also good.
Yeah, it helps.
And just just doing something you love. I think at the end of the day, that's really what it is.
Hell yeah.
I would say.
And you gave definitely great points, and I appreciate a lot of things that you say, and we're definitely going to talk getting into that mindset of taking it seriously, getting into that mindset of like actually being a content creator, because people think streaming is press the go live button, play a game, press the go live button to stop. Like,
yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that that's probably 5%.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's 5% of the work. So when you really look at it, you got to create clips, networking. Your social media is no longer your social media. Like it's your content now. Like it's
your brand.
It's your brand. Like so long are the days of like personal pictures and things like that. Like it gets hounded by clips and things like that. And I would like to like ask, like, what is the actual, like, what was your mental shift? And I know you talked about like TwitchCon was your TwitchCon 2017 was your inspired moment, but like, what even made you want to go to TwitchCon? Was it like a shift to want to take it seriously from that point, and then TwitchCon just kind of cemented that? Or was it like, let me just see what this is about, and then it was just like culture shock?
That's a good question. And the too long didn't read answer was we just wanted an excuse to go to California. I'll be dead honest. Like there was no reason. There's no bigger reason than to want to go to TwitchCon, to just give us an excuse to go to California.
That's a fact.
We've never been. Me and my girlfriend, we've never been. But I mean, I'll be honest, bro. I don't know. I think because my girlfriend knows nothing about Twitch. Like she just follows me everywhere. But like when I saw that TwitchCon was happening, I was like, I like Twitch. I like conventions. It's in California. So I like pitched the idea, and then we did it, and then we went, and it was way better than I expected. The location was great. It was in Long Beach. There was so many like things to look at and stuff like that. And I went in like, this is it was my first TwitchCon. I think it was the second ever TwitchCon. It was either the second or third ever TwitchCon.
Oh wow.
So even they didn't like figure out what they were doing yet. So and to be honest, I don't think they still do. But that's for later on in the conversation. Yeah, we went there, and there really wasn't any motivation to find something. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was like after the fact where I was like, yo, I think this is what I wanted, like what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like seeing, like walking around, seeing all of the because like you've been to TwitchCon, so like like there's like these booths where the content creators go, and then people line up to meet them and stuff like that. I'm not saying that like, yo, I want to have a line of people waiting to meet me, but I think that it always rounds back to the community aspect, right? Like I want to meet the people that are supporting me.
Yes.
Right. And I want to build that community. So like we could do like like, for example, we went to Chili's one night, and I'm just going to assume, I'm not 100%, but there was like I think there was like a mod dinner there. Like a broadcaster took all their mods out to dinner.
That's sick.
And I was like, yo, that's freaking cool, man. Like that's cool.
Sick.
Like I want to have a community like that. I want to be able to take my mods out and for dinner and stuff like that. And it was just a lot of little things that like connected to like this big thing of me wanting to take it seriously. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And I honestly went there not expecting that. I went there to go to California and eat In-N-Out for the first time, and then it was mid. And
yeah,
then
mid as fuck.
It was mid. I was really disappointed because In-N-Out is like so revered, but
oh man.
But yeah, man, to answer your question, I went in there blind and I left wanting that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I will admit it, like in the most selfish way. I was like, I want this community. Like I want this. I want to meet people that support me. And I'm lucky enough to have gotten that motivation, and since then kind of, you know, take it seriously.
Hell yeah. And you brought up a great point with like seeing people being able to, because of course going to TwitchCon, big streamers, big TwitchCon loves its big streamers. With that, there's a spectrum that I say, I think that every person who is a creative has is a spectrum of extremities. So of course, on the low end of that spectrum, there's people who may just want to create for fun, for a hobby. They don't even care if they don't get a single penny from it. Is, you know, they may have like a 9-to-5. They may just want to do this in their off time. And if they put it out to the world, they put it out. They don't. And whatever people think of it, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Then of course you have the high extremity of the spectrum where there's people who they want to jump all in. They want to be like, you know what, I want, you know, according to Twitch, let's say I want 4K people, 4K viewers. I want my chat to be popping off. I want 10K followers. Like every time I hit that go live button, I want people in the chat before I even start talking, before I even show my camera. With that, with you, where do you see yourself setting on the spectrum? Like, is it a point to where you want to be superstar status, or is it a point to where like you want to kind of, even if you're just living a little bit more comfortably with Twitch, and maybe like you can, like Twitch can technically be your full-time, but you just have like maybe a part-time job just doing whatever the case may be? Or like, do you want to just be like, I want to stream all the time?
I would say I'm kind of like on both sides of the spectrum, right? Because, and even though I struggle with one side, and that side being like putting out stuff and not worrying about what people say, because like I feel like as a content creator, you could have that mindset to a point,
right?
And I think, because if you're not caring about what your people, like the people that are watching your stuff, think,
what
then
are you doing it for?
Like how do you improve? You know what I mean?
Right.
And you could also make the argument, like you could play devil's advocate and be like, well, the people that do like it are gonna watch it, but it all depends on the person, right? Like for me, like when I put out a clip, you know, I'm constantly like, people are gonna like this, you're gonna like this, you're gonna like, if it doesn't have like 10 likes in the next 2 hours, then I'm like, you know?
Yeah.
But then I'm on the other side, where I'm like, well, you know, if I didn't put it out there, how was I gonna know how good it was gonna do?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's all about putting yourself out there. So that's me on one side. The other side is I would never, I'll be dead honest, I would never want to stream to more than like 800 people. I would not, I would hate to be like, and shouts out to them, like my favorite streamer is Tim the Tap Man, and man's gets like 30,000+ every single time. And like he I think he interacts with chat in a very good way. Like he does like 2-hour just chatting streams, right? Like he starts off his stream like maybe like 1 to 2 hours of just chatting, then he goes into the game and then he reads chat like intermittently, right? Because like when you're streaming to that many people, like it's so hard to like keep up with you have 30,000 people typing in chat, and like he has mods that like help him with that, but like I would never want to do that, bro. Like I don't know how these streamers could do that, and you know that kind of speaks to the hard work that they put in to get there.
That's a fact.
Like I'm saying, like if I put in the work and I end up at that status, then like it is what it is. Like
right.
Like where I am right now, bro, like that's so crazy. Like imagine being on stage and 30,000 people are in the crowd watching you. Like that, like I try to put it in that perspective.
Yeah, that's overwhelming.
Like, I try to put it in that. Would I like to do this full time? Of course. Like who wouldn't? You know what I mean? Like you make your own schedule, you wake up whenever the hell you want. Like you play video games for a living. Like who wouldn't want to do this? But I would say like I'm on both sides of that spectrum that you talked about. Because one, I would love to do it full time.
Right.
Two, I don't want to stream to like 4,000 people. I think my sweet spot would probably be like 200 to maybe 500.
Yeah.
I think that that's fine. If it goes up, then it goes up. Like I'm not gonna complain about having more people watching me. But like if I were to put like a medium, I think that would be where I would want to be.
Okay, I definitely get that. Yeah,
I'm not
sure. Sure, shoot.
I'm on both sides because you asked me where I lie, and I'm on both sides. Like one, I care and don't care about what people think about my content,
right?
But I also, I do want to do this full time, so like I have to care. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I get that. And I think that's, as a creator, that's kind of the best mindset to be. It's kind of like you have your ambition, you have a goal, but you also recognize what a limit could be, but you also realize, okay, if it goes past that limit, I as a creator need to adapt.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And
exactly.
Now with that, I always wanted to ask, like, because you brought up a good point, and you brought up something that has always kind of piqued my interest, and I know you are a mod in communities as well. With that, let's go back to the example of Tim the Tatman. So Tim the Tatman, let's say 30K people in chat, and 100K followers. It could get crazy in that chat. Yeah. I always wanted to know, and do mods, like, is that pure volunteer for big streamers? Or because I would assume that like mods have lives as well. Some of them may have their own channels, some of them may do their own thing. So like, is it to the point where it's like, do they get paid for modding big channels like that?
I know some mods do. Like some mods get paid. Like you could have a super mod, right? Which basically they could control everything. Like they could remote desk. Like I know people that have like mods where like the mods could remote desktop.
Wow.
And
a lot of trust.
Something like if someone, like for example, Tim the Tatman,
right? He
has this super mod called Whips,
right?
And I believe that Tim the Tatman pays him. So like when something goes wrong, Whips is like there to like help him. It's basically the streamer's assistant, right? So like if I had one and something goes wrong, like that mod would be able to like remote desktop onto my computer and be like, okay, let me see what's wrong, fix it, and then all right, that's it. Like it's basically like an IT person.
That's kind of sick.
Times. That's also a community manager,
That's kind of
so yeah,
cool.
Some mods do get paid. I don't get paid. It's purely voluntary.
Right.
I mean, listen, if they want to pay me, what's up? Like what's up? But no. For the most part, I would say that mods don't get paid.
Right.
But there's always usually like that one mod that does. Okay. For like the big channels.
Okay. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually cool.
And sometimes like the mods are just like the editing team.
Oh.
That get paid. Like the people that get paid are the editing team that are also mods.
Oh, okay, so it's just a wear of two hats.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually pretty cool. Okay, cool. Yeah. Now we're definitely gonna talk into
I did want to talk about that one point that you made earlier where it's like,
bring it up.
Because since I started taking it seriously, right?
Right.
In like end of 2017, I've been in these communities where like I when I get into a community, I have one rule, right? And that's to not, and I fail every time. So this is not, it's not a good plan that I have here, but my goal, or a goal I should say, my goal is to like not let people know that I stream in that community, because I don't want, because if I join someone's community, it's not about me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
right.
we're talking about the person or the group that this Discord is about, or the community is about.
Right.
So, like I over the years, like I've been in these communities and I gotten so many people that end up finding my stream. Like I said, it's not a great strategy I have going here, but they find out I stream, and they for lack of a better term, they get inspired to do it themselves.
Right.
And you know, like they might come into like one stream out of like 30 where I'm getting like 80 gifted subs every hour, and then like the one stream
they'd be like,
a
what?
week.
Yeah,
like they come into the one stream like a week or every 2 weeks where like the community is super generous, right? And they get that, they like the gears start turning, like, oh, let me see if I could do this. And then like they do it, and then it's not like that. It's you know, it's not that. It goes back to the it goes back to the point where you said like people think like all you do is hit live, and then it's like, all right, well, come on in, everyone. Like you know what I mean? And like I've had people that always ask me for tips and stuff like that, and like to be honest, bro, I don't think I'm good enough to be giving out tips. So when people would ask me like, hey man, what are some tips for streaming, I never know what to say. I'm like,
right,
play games you like, tweet out, because like that I should give myself credit. That's what I used to say. Like nowadays I say like, well, I do say like play games you like, right?
Right.
Don't play games just to play them for the fad.
That's a fact.
But like the most important thing that I've learned is your growth is the smallest when you're live. Like you're not gonna, unless you're doing some like crazy shit, right?
That's a fact.
Unless you're doing some crazy shit. If you're just like playing Warzone on a at 8:30 p.m. on a Wednesday, you know,
there's a like million other people playing that Warzone, bro.
Exactly. If you're doing that, like you're not gonna just get an influx of like 100, 200 people and go like, oh man, right. I love this Warzone stream. Like there's so much more that goes into creating a brand, creating a community. Like it goes back to what I said. Like when you're live, you grow the slowest. It's all about ending the stream, creating clips, putting that clip on Twitter, putting that clip on Snapchat, putting that clip on TikTok, putting that clip on Instagram. If you have a Facebook group, put it on Facebook.
Thanks.
And you know, keeping like the content alive, right? Like don't let your content start and end on OBS, you know what I mean? Or on Twitch. Like
that's a message. That's a message.
You have to like it's all about, you know, like you know what, I'll just say it right now. Like what I do now, and I learned this from TikTok,
right.
And I would highly recommend, if you're a content creator, find yourself on content creator TikTok or streamer TikTok, because you will learn so many tips and tricks. And I learned this on TikTok. If you open OBS, there's a thing called start replay buffer, right? Because what I used to do is I used to have a button on my Stream Deck where it could create clips from my Twitch and then make from that button, make a clip for the last 30 seconds. Now what I do is I have something called start replay buffer. And if you have like the current version of OBS, you should have it.
Right.
You could set in your settings, you could set the replay buffer to go back like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however long you want it to go back.
Right.
And what I do is I have a keybind that automatically hits that button for me. So when something cool happens, I hit, it's number 9 on my number pad. I literally, when something cool happens, like I clutch like a Apex game or something funny happens, I hit 9, right?
Right.
And that automatically gets saved to the folder that I have it directing to. And then when I'm done streaming, right, I go back to that folder and I literally have like a line of clips from that stream. And what I do is right after the stream, I dump all of those into Premiere, make a highlight reel, put it on, and then boom, the person that if I stream like late at night and I post it late at night, I wake up, retweet it, someone sees it and goes like, oh man, I got to catch the next one. That is the goal. The goal is to get like, the goal is to get that person that's never seen your content before to come to the next stream. And you know, that doesn't happen on stream. Like I don't there unless you're streaming and then you get that clip and then put it on Twitter, which I highly recommend as well.
Right.
Because then people will see it and then they have an immediate like satisfaction of seeing that you're live at that time. But you gotta like think about what you're gonna be doing when you're not live. Because going live is just the smallest part of being a content creator. You know what I mean? It's always the editing, it's always the promoting, it's always the networking, the community aspect of it. And yeah, but hitting live, man, that like you said, it's like 5% of
5%, bro.
And then when they're live, like even when you're live, I'm not saying like don't stream once a week. Like I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is like even when you're live, you gotta like be doing something like people would go live and then they're just like right. Even if you have a listen, even if you have a dead chat, like keep talking, right? Because you have like let's say for example, let's say you're streaming, right? Someone never been in the channel before,
right,
comes in and you're doing this. You're playing like League. I don't know. You're doing League. All you hear is like the only thing you hear is like the click clacking of your Razer Widowmaker keyboard. That person that came in was in here for 5 seconds and left because there was nothing happening.
That you didn't put your best foot forward in that. Right.
Exactly. Like when the person comes in and in that 5 seconds, because like let's be honest, bro, we're gamers, right? We're gamers.
Fact.
Our attention span is very small when it comes to anything other than paying attention to a video game. So like you're gonna have like 5 to 10 seconds where someone's gonna come into your stream, and that 5 or 10 seconds is the time that it takes for them to decide like, am I staying here? Am I following or am I leaving? So if you're like mid conversation, this person's gonna stay because they want to hear what the end of the conversation or the end of the point is.
Right.
And then that will lead them to, you know, join in the chat. But listen, I could go on.
No, I'm with you
on streamer tips, but I just thought it was funny when you said like, you know, people think it's just going live and then boom, you're famous.
And you brought up, not only did you drop a lot of great points, and you brought up and something that I also want to go back on is and we're definitely going to talk about it, confidence. And because even I see throughout the 6 years that we've known each other, you know, I wouldn't have became a Twitch streamer without meeting you. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't, not saying that it wasn't something I ever wanted to do, because with me, one of my biggest ambitions was pretty music based. Like I really just wanted to get into like hip hop, you know, kind of just be like a musician and things like that. And what I kind of started to realize was that when you create music, it's kind of like a time capsule. You're creating only a capsule of yourself in that moment. Like if I went through a breakup and I make a song about that breakup, anytime I perform, listen, or promote that song, I kind of have to be in the mindset of that breakup.
Yeah.
So even if people who listen to that song and can connect with that song entirely, even if they don't like me as a person, they could just connect to that one song. So for me, Twitch is a way to still have a way to be creative and have a way to be creative, have a way to be myself without and like just have people come to me for me, you know? And I didn't really know too much about streaming. I always, you know, I always longed for a way to just be creative without needing to always take pieces of myself and just put it into a song. And luckily meeting you, and, you know, talking about that, because even with that, um, like how you said some people come to you for tips. Like I remember like even just the first like couple of months of just talking to you and like you telling me about Twitch and stuff like that, that was inspiring enough. Like I didn't even was like, oh, I want to ask DreNav about how to get into streaming. It was just like, then I was like, okay, let me see how, like, let me just give it a shot. So, but I realized something from then till now, even your confidence of knowing who you are and who you inspire and how you are some type of motivator. How does that, like, how does that confidence start to build?
I think it starts to build when you start to see people like your stuff. I would definitely say like it honestly, my confidence when it came to streaming didn't come from anything but that. Like
Right.
listen, I think it always goes back to the saying that you're your own worst critic.
That's a
Because
fact.
like I could watch my last stream and be like, "Shut up, bro, that wasn't funny. Like, what are you doing?" Right? But I think the confidence that I've gotten throughout the years have definitely been from people who enjoy my content. And even then, I go like, "Bro, they're only saying that because they're my friend, or like they're only saying that because." I'm a part of this community and I have high standing in this community, and they're just trying to be my friend because they want to be up there too, right?
Right.
So, but you start to kind of look past that. I think
Right.
like there comes a time where you realize that they're supporting you because they actually like it, like they like you as a content creator. I
Right.
think. And it- I, the there's a line from a content creator and a friend, right?
Yes.
Like people, if you're doing it right, and that's subjective. Like you could be doing it, like someone could think they're doing it right and that could be considered not doing it right by someone else. It's
Right.
all person by person case. If you're doing it right, in my case, it's when people start to like it,
Right.
people start to retweet your clips and like respond to it with like a LOL, LMAO, what have you. And I think throughout the past years of doing GTA RP streams and doing these Hitman streams and doing these streams or like stream series that people like, it builds your confidence because you're like, okay, if I did really well in a Hitman stream series, then I think if I do a Yakuza series, I could build on that. Like
Right.
they liked that linear story
Right.
stream type thing. So maybe I should stick to linear story games
And then
instead
play
of
Apex.
exactly.
Right.
And listen, I struggle with that myself. It's like
Hell yeah.
I could be riding high from like 4 consistent Hitman streams that did well, and then I wake up one day, I'm like, I kind of want to play Apex on stream, and then I have like 10 less viewers than I had in the but but like the confidence piece it's different from person to person. But I could speak for myself when I say I have grown confidence from people just vibing with my stuff, and of course, like seeing more people in your chat is gonna make your confidence go up a little bit more.
Right.
Seeing chat active, I'll be dead honest, bro. Like up until recently, my chat has been the most active it's been in a while, and
It's been
and
good.
and like that has like skyrocketed my
And
confidence. You know what I
positively
mean?
active.
Yeah,
Like that's the beauty
yeah,
of it. Like
exactly. Oh
positively
yeah,
active.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
that's the beauty of it.
And going back to our last point of conversation, that's all about growing your content when you're not live.
Facts.
Because there's so many people like you as well. Like you have a pinned tweet that promotes your stuff.
Right.
Like my pinned tweet is my channel trailer.
Right.
I literally had someone 2 days ago, right? I like retweeted I retweeted someone talking about how like content creators aren't your like friends
Oh,
for
we're
you to
gonna
like
get
DM
into
stuff.
that. Ooh.
Like yeah, like
Yeah.
I retweeted someone that said that, and then they ended up going on my they were also a streamer. They ended up going on my Twitter page, seeing that trailer, and being like, yo, this trailer was awesome. I'm gonna follow you and hope to be in the next stream. That's it. And because I've started doing that and caring more about my offline presence rather than my online, that has helped my confidence, because that ends up bringing people to the stream.
Facts.
So like it's a circle. It all goes hand in hand. You know what I mean?
It really is one continuous loop. And that's the beauty of it. You know, you stream to provide content online, to pipeline it through offline, to then create more content online. Like it really is the perfect recycle. And but with that, go ahead.
If you don't do that, right? If you don't do that, then your confidence is going to plummet, because you're not growing, right? Like anyone's confidence is going to plummet if you're not growing, because you're not seeing progress, the hard work that you put in.
That's a fact.
And then when you realize that, that's when you have to go harder, you know, and then you start to see the fruits of your labor when chat gets more active, you know, when you start having more consistent streams where you get like new subs, prime subs, gift subs, and stuff like that. So
that's a fact. And we're definitely, and to be honest, I definitely want to we're gonna definitely dive a little bit more into your style of creativity and your style of content. How would you not define it, but your personality is your content. Like a lot of people can't say that. Like I know, like that sounds kind of like well, yeah, of course, but a lot of people can't say that. Like a lot of people need to become a character in order to stream, or a lot of people need to,
and that's not literal either.
It's not literal, but
it's not literal. Like we're not talking about like, oh, you know, Dr. Disrespect,
right.
Like, he can't be himself, so he has to put on a wig. Like no, like he's literally playing a character. Like that's more towards like they have to kind of put on a mask. Like if I'm talking to you like this, Mark, like we're just having a one-on-one conversation, and then I'm live. I'm like, "Hey guys, what's going on? We're gonna be playing some Minecraft today." Like that's not me,
right?
That's not me. That's
exactly. And how would you how do you? Because that is your personality. So in reality, like how do you feel like you need to turn your personality volume up, like in order to feel like you're making good content? Or is it really just you being like, nah, I'm just gonna go in there and be myself, whether I'm laid back today, whether I'm goofy today, whether I'm edgelord, like you know what I mean? Like which one, like, you know?
I would say it varies from day to day. Like there's some days where like I just want to go on, and I don't think that I turn up my personality. Whoa, hold on. I'm like, hold on, I'm just having a stroke. I don't think I turn up my personality by a lot, because I'll be honest, there's some points when I'm actually live where I'm like in my head, like I'm not being entertaining. Do something entertaining. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of that happens, but like, and Mark, you know me personally, like it's kind of like, and it's so cheesy to say, like for me to be the person to say it, but like what you see is what you get, kind of. Like,
that's a fact.
Like you guys, my girlfriend, like the same jokes I make on stream are the same jokes I make off stream. Maybe a little bit, you know, worse, but like because you know, like that TOS, bro.
Yeah, that TOS don't play.
But
cancel at the drop of a hat.
Exactly. So like, but I would say that I don't really have to turn up my personality. I think that, and again, like it sounds weird for me to be the person to say it, but like I think my personality is kind of perfect for like
really is
streaming and content creation, because like I'm a guy that you could really joke around anything. Like you could say anything to me and I could turn it around and say it as a joke.
Facts. That's a fact. And that's a gift.
Yeah.
Many people can't do that.
Like, I mean, yeah, you're right. Like many people can't do that. And, you know, like it bleeds into my like actual job. Like they'll hear me talk to people, and I guess what you can say is that I have a stream voice sometimes. Like I have a stream voice, and I think everyone has a stream voice to that degree, because like you could be talking to someone and they'll be talking in their regular voice, but like if I'm streaming, I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a good day. Like you see how like that kind of changes,
right?
Like they at
little
my
radio
job,
in
like,
there, yeah,
exactly,
right.
Like they hear that and go like, oh man, like no wonder you're a streamer. And I'm just like, I just put on the voice, you know what I mean? Because like I just put on the voice, but yeah, I mean, I don't think I really need to, but there are those moments where I feel like I have to, because like if I'm being like too laid back, right? Then that goes back to the point where I said earlier, where I'm just like if I'm focusing on Apex or Hitman, right? And I'm just like streaming, and I'm just like, then like something goes off in my mind where I have to be like,
no nothing, right?
Exactly. Then they go like a thing goes off in my mind where I have to be like, wait, what am I doing? Talk. I'm like, okay, let me. Oh, I need light ammo. Blah blah blah. Like you just start talking about like bullshit. And that's normal for that to happen to a streamer. I mean, that happens to everybody. You're not gonna go into a stream and Mans is talking, like you stream for 7 hours and Mans is talking every second of every minute of every hour.
That's a fact.
But I definitely understand what you mean by like some streamers have to put on like that mask,
right? Because I view Twitch streamers or streamers in general as we're the new improv comedy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Sure. Like we need to take every situation, be able to spin it, as mentally tolling as that is, because like even with me, like it's funny because I say this is funny because like I say, like when people, because there has been people, right, who like, because you know, like when like I raid you pretty much damn near consistently, because 9 times out of 10 like you're like the one that's on. I'm like, I know that if I send my people to you, they have a good time.
Thank you, and I appreciate that,
of course. And with that, because somebody asked me once, and like it was such an easy way to answer it. Somebody asked me, you two are so different. Like they literally started that. They was like, I want to know why do you raid like DreNav? And first I was about to get upset because I was like, fuck you asking me this for? Like, who the fuck is you? But like, like fuck, I'm raid, who I fucking run a raid, the fuck? But like, and then they were like, no, like I don't mean it disrespectfully, but they was like, your personalities are different. Like they was like, according to me, like, or they were according to them, they was like, I am, because even I describe myself as a very laid back person. Even on stream, like I'm more laid back. I don't really have too many bits. Like, you know, like I do like maybe in-depth questions and things like that where I can engage with my chat because I know that I'm laid back. So I know like I do things like my question of the stream, whatever the case, to cause engagement and cause conversations that I know I can bring value to. But for the most part, I'm very laid back, you know, and you on the other hand, you're way more eccentric, like you're way more a little bit goofier than I am. And listen to but in the best way possible. And they were like, it was like, and I was like, and I said it, I was like, you know, it brings a balance, because I don't want to, because I know as me, I'm a laid back person. So if I send them to another laid back person, that type of vibe, that tone, I don't want, like, it's such a weird tone to keep. I don't want to send people, you know what I'm saying? That's like sending people from a prison to a prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, you
could kind of say it in a way of like, when, like, you know, if you're, because like, I'm saying this like from the laid back tone to the, you know, cursing your community to look at my streams,
right?
Like punishing them, really. It's like if you're laid back and then you drink like a cold glass of water and then it's just like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing.
That's perfect.
You know what I mean?
That's the perfect way to put that.
like waking them up with a cold glass of water, like spraying water on themselves, and it's like, okay,
yeah,
yeah, you could. That's how I look at that comparison.
Right, and that's the best way to put it, and that's kind of what I said too. It was like, I was like, it helps bring a balance. It was like, I was like, if personality wise, you would be the yin to the yang. You know what I mean? Like because me, of course, like I yell and I have my funny moments and stuff like that, and then I can send them. I know that I can send them to you, and then like send them to you, and next thing you know, you're cursing somebody's mom out because they're playing Gibby. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Where it's like, and that's and that's a perfect balance, and I think that a lot of people like, and I think that's now more appreciated, to find like people that that you work well with and things like that. And with that being said, people you work well with mentally.
I thought that was the question. I was like, I don't know.
Mentally, and we're not going to spend too much time here in the darker days. But
here we go.
Yeah, but mentally,
I knew this was coming.
Yup. Mentally, how do you? And we're not gonna. I'm not gonna give no promo to none of them. But mentally, how did you in situations where you
word it carefully.
Exactly. Yeah.
Word it carefully. I see you. Yeah. I see the gears turning. Yeah. You're like, how do I say this?
In situations where I'm like, where you feel, in all honesty, where you was wronged. You know what I'm saying?
Wrong or wronged?
Wronged.
Okay.
Yeah, like not wrong, but wronged. Like where what was done to you and what was done about you was wrong. How did you like what did that stump like your creativity, your growth? Like, we're not gonna get into the situations or anything like that, of course, respectfully, but I do know, like, as a streamer, like, people go through that.
For context, because like people be watching this and like, well,
yeah, what the fuck are they talking about? Yeah,
just quick context. I was friends with people,
right?
We had a falling out, and I got a great amount of influence from that community.
Right.
We had a falling out, and that's pretty much it. And then the people that were influenced to me by that community kind of left. Most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm not lying.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
They kind of left, and I was just left like,
what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, I was, everyone is wrong in that situation, including myself, but. Just to provide context, I don't want people to think I killed somebody and then I got away with it. You know what I mean? Jesus,
motherfucker's a murderer.
But was that the end of your question?
It was. It was like, how do you deal with that, like, mentally? Like how did that stump you from wanting to join communities? Does that stump you from wanting to get back into communities and be influenced again? Like did that stump you mentally at all and emotionally?
Yes. You ask how did I deal with it mentally? I didn't deal with it. Like it dealt with me.
Right.
Okay, you kind of listen, bro. I was like I wasn't expecting to talk about this, but you kind of caught me off guard. I kind of knew it was gonna happen, but I didn't at the same time. I mean, I can just speak honestly here and say, like, 100% like made me hesitant to join other communities, and I didn't for like 2 years. Like, because and that kind of that date that goes back to the point I said way earlier, is like my main goal, or like one thing I want when I join a community is for them to not know I'm a streamer.
A fact, right?
I want them to find out, like, genuinely, like, if they follow me on Twitter, and like if we become friends in like the Discord, like in the community, they follow me on Twitter and go like, oh, I didn't know you streamed. That's fine. Bro, I hate, and this happens to me to this day. It happened to me last night when people talk about my streams in other I hate it. I hate it, bro. I hate it. And I'm not like I don't hate them. I just hate that my content is being brought up in someone else's like it's like going into someone else's home, right? And then making it all by yourself. Like, oh, I have that shelf. Oh, I have that lamp. Oh, I have that. Like you're making it by yourself. It's not your home. It's like you don't like it's not your home to comment on. You know what I mean? And I think that like what happened was that okay, hold on, Dre, word it carefully. Word it carefully. It made me be like, I don't want to happen. I don't want this to happen again. Right. Because what happened was that I joined this community. The leader of the community really liked my stuff, promoted me without me asking. Right. They promoted my stuff without me ever asking them to. Then later said that I was a leech. And then it was me that was like leeching off of them when I never asked for help. So and then that turned the people that left that came from that community to mine were like, fuck this guy. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I was the angel. I was pretty toxic around that time as well. Like, because I wanted, like, fuck you too. I wanted. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what it was. Like, I was like, bro, it's not fuck me. It's fuck them and fuck you. Like,
that's a fact.
I'm not the whatever. But like after that happened, I didn't want to be like close friends with people in like a community anymore, because I was close friends with everyone there. And then within the drop of a dime, they were like, all right, fuck you. Like, you're a leech. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
It's fucked up.
And so like since then I was like, bro, I don't think I want to do this shit. Like it came to a point where I was like I don't think I want to do this anymore. Like, is this what Twitch is? Like, is it, because that was like my first dip. That was like dipping my foot in the Twitch community pool. Right. And I was like, bro, like it came to a point where I was like, is this what happens? Like, is this what happened? Like, is this where the Twitch drama stems from?
Like
people just fucking
deciding one day, next week, like
like deciding like, fuck this guy, I'm not gonna, you know. And then I took a long break, and then decided, you know what, I'm gonna keep streaming. I did it, struggled like super, like, bro, like that like when that happened, I think that was like that was the hugest chink in the armor.
Yeah.
For me, because like since then, bro, I've been like, my mental health has kind of always been.
You're paranoid.
I'm not gonna self-diagnose myself with PTSD, but like since then, I'm like,
you're very paranoid. It's a paranoid.
Do these people like me?
Right.
Like it's stuck with me.
Right.
Like I've never had mental health issues like that severe where I'm like, I think I need to see someone.
Right.
Since that happened, because I was comfortable with everything. I've never had a situation like that where like so many people were against me and I felt like I was alone. Like I've never felt that way. So now that I was there, like
I was ready to fight, bro.
No, please, none of that. But like, and that bled into the community that I'm in now, that I'm very heavily involved in. I'll give them a shout out, Muscle Party. Love you guys.
Shout out to Muscle Party one time for the one time.
So yeah, I guess
that is a great community, by the way. That's a really good community.
I love them. So I'll skip ahead to that, because like from 2017 to when I first started talking in Muscle Party, I was in that like what limbo, I guess you can say, of like, do I want to join another community? Do I want to, like, I don't know, because and someone might be watching this and being like, it's not that big of a deal. but
you never know.
It's you never, like, you don't know people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I could have taken that, you know, I took that very hard, whereas someone would have just been like, fuck them. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
Like someone could have just said fuck them and then move on with their life, but I didn't. You know,
right?
It affected me a lot, and it to this day, like it sticks with me. It's a fear that I still have of like, what if one day I wake up and then no one fucking likes me anymore?
And that's why I asked, and you know, not to like bring up a trauma or anything personally, but that's why I asked, because it's good for people to know everything, everything, no matter how passionate you are about it, no matter how much you love it, no matter how positive it may seem to you or how positive you are in it. Ugliness, everything has an ugliness, everything. And that's really the main reason why I asked, because like everything has an ugliness. Like people who could be watching this may want to get into streaming and they think it's a yellow brick road of sunshine and daisies, and then they get blindsided when flying monkeys start attacking them. Yeah. And they're like, what? I didn't know this was this. And you know what I'm saying?
Like especially like the example that you gave, right? Like someone will go into streaming and start to like it, and then they develop that thought in their head, like I want to be friends with other streamers, right, and then that's a pure thought that could go through your head,
so
like,
pure,
pure, like you want to be, but when you do that,
you naive child, but
when you do that, that could be looked at as like you're just trying to leech off of them, or you're just trying to get in on the clout and stuff like that, and it hits you like a truck, because it hit me like a truck, that you got to be careful when you're doing that, and I think the way to do it is to just let it happen genuinely. Just be a part of the Discord. And I'm being hypocritical, because that's how the original thing started, but like, just let it happen. Don't let that stop you, whoever's watching, from making friends in the Twitch community, whether they be streamers or not. Like, let it happen genuinely. Don't set yourself out to be like, I'm gonna reply to this streamer every single time they tweet and stuff like that, because when you do that, then that looks like you're chasing clout. Then that looks like, even if you're not, like, even if you're purely just trying to be that streamer's friend or whatever, that, and I'm sure we'll get into it, that there's a line between content creator and friend.
Yes,
there's two different things, but I think just let it happen genuinely. Be active in the community, and if the streamer and you like happen to share interests and start talking, then you guys become friends, and fine. But don't make that like the end goal when you join a community, because that's one, that's weird. Two, that is that puts the content creator in a weird spot, because like it's weird.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And that's, I think that's the beauty of it, to recognize, to have people recognize that there is an ugly side, and exactly how, like you said before, to just really reiterate that exact point where you were saying, like, you can do things with so much pure thought and innocence, and you may think you're doing it the right way, other people may think you're doing it the right way, but some people may think you're some fucked up person and doing it the wrong way.
Like you have some like agenda, and like you have a plan to overthrow them in their communities,
like, exactly. And some, that's, for some people that is the case, and for some people that's not. So it's very hard. It's such a weird trust issue in the Twitch community, or in the streaming community in general, even in YouTube community, it's not saying, I mean, there definitely is a crabs in a barrel mentality on with streaming, but even with that, it goes hand to hand with such a distrusting community. Overall, not just one community or another, but there's a lot of communities that have a big there's a lot of, overall, on the whole Twitch platform, every Twitch streamer has some type of side eye or some type of distrust. Rightfully so, but also sometimes exaggerated. And
like it makes sense, like to have just that general side eye,
right?
Like it makes sense because like you built something, you don't want someone to take it away,
right?
But then there's a difference between like someone trying to take it away and taking advantage of you, then like
someone just wanting to be a part.
Yeah, exactly. Like, did they want to be a part of the success? They, they just are there for you,
and it is what it is.
When you're like that, like when you get that mentality of like the extreme side eye towards someone that just wants to be there, like I said, just let it happen naturally.
Right.
Let the friendship happen genuinely. Then if that happens, like if you do that and the person still has that extreme side eye, then fuck them. Like
fuck them. Yep.
Because you don't need to you don't need to support someone like that, and then they end up still thinking like you're a fucking like
dickhead,
worm, like
some leech or some shit, parasite or something.
Right. But no, I totally understand by what you say. Like it makes sense to have that because like I have that. I don't want to fucking take away what I have, like, but if someone joins my community and sees that they support me, it's like,
it is.
Am I gonna be like, like am I gonna fucking tell the mods like, yo, watch this guy?
That's a fact. And that goes into the next point that I know we brought up a couple of times. You because I saw the thread of the line between support or supporter and friend. Honestly, give me your thoughts on that. Give me your thoughts on in your belief system with creator versus friend and how that can become something or just look away.
So that was a great that was a great thread. I actually want to
yes, it really was. It really was a great thread.
The person that tweeted it.
And yours. Like I read both threads. Knowledge on that. And that whole thread, even in the comments, was really one of the most positive threads I've seen in a minute.
Yeah, it was Senpai Shan, Senpai SENPAISHAN.
Gotcha.
She tweeted about what you just said, like having that line between content creator and friend.
Right.
And it's super weird when, like a viewer like DMs you and tries to pretend like you guys have been friends for forever. Like they, it's even weird. Like even when I'm not streaming, right? Because the people in the community that I'm part of now, they are well aware I'm a streamer,
right?
So like sometimes they like DM me, like with the inside jokes that we have, and I've never talked to them in my life, and it's like.
That's a little nasty.
Like, it's like,
that's
okay,
nasty.
It's like, okay, but there has to be an understanding that there's a line between that, right? Like, I believe it was Ludwig that made a video about this, and he basically, I think the video was titled "I'm Not Your Friend," where he talks about like that. Let me see. Not your friend. I just wanted to see if
do you think?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it was made by Ludwig,
right?
And he makes a video. It was a 15-minute video about that. Like, I am a content creator, and I couldn't agree with that video more.
It's like falling in love with a stripper.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I'm supposed to be nice to you, and to some extent.
100%. Right. And it's not an act, but that's even if we're not doing it as a full-time job, part-time, like it's our job,
right?
As streamers, right?
Fact.
So, I highly agree, and I agree with the point. Like, bro, I'm a monkey with a little fez on that's clapping cymbals to make you laugh. If I stop making you laugh, like, tell me to fuck off and find a stream that will. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to be your best friend.
That's a fact.
for the times where, you know, someone may come into my stream and then I end up becoming their friend, it's because it happened naturally. It's not because they hopped into my DMs and said, "Oh boy, like, man, what's your social?" Like it did. Like that's not how you make friends. You make friends like the same way you're supposed, like everyone else does, just talking to them. In Twitch's case, like join their Discord,
right?
And you know, if
Be
like
active.
I said earlier, exactly, be
right.
active. And like I said earlier, if you guys share interests and want to be friends, then you become friends. But it's weird to be like jumping into a streamer's thing and asking them personal questions, or getting mad if you DM them and they don't respond. It's like
Facts.
I'm an entertainer, you know? Like
I owe you nothing. I owe you nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. Like yeah, like I owe you nothing in that aspect of like I said, if I'm an entertainer. If like I have my circle of friends, right? I have my circle of friends. I have my inner circle of friends.
That's
Get
that's
it?
good. I like that.
My community is called the inner circle.
I like that.
For
That was
those
good.
who don't know.
That was
Yeah, no, but I have my inner circle of friends, and you know, since that situation happened a couple years ago, I want to keep that circle very tight.
right.
You know?
Right.
So, and a lot of streamers are like that. Like a lot of streamers don't want to have a lot of friends. Like IRL friends. And I say IRL friends, maybe IRL is the wrong term for it, but like, because you could have like streamer friends being your IRL friends, but like, you know what I mean? Like people that don't stream that just are my friend. Like
right.
they're my friend because they're my friend. They're not my friend because they're streamers or whatever, what have you. Like a lot of people are like that.
Right.
A lot of people don't want to respond to DMs. Like literally every time I open a stream and like let's say the streamer opens their Discord on stream, you'll see like they have like 58 DMs, bro, and it's like
that's nasty.
That's how every single fucking big content creators DMs look, because they're not going to look at those DMs, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm totally fine with people DMing me after a stream on Discord saying like, "Hey man, that was a really good stream. I really appreciated it." That's fine. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Appreciation, right.
Exactly. But it's like when you say like, when you DM me like, "Oh man, I don't know what to cook tonight. What should I cook?" It's like, what? Like,
yeah, I don't.
What? I don't want to have a conversation with you about this. What? Like,
I don't even care if you eat. Like
well, I mean, you got to eat. Make sure you eat. Make sure you eat. But no, but like, it's like those person, like, you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
I don't think I have to. Like, you know what I mean.
Yo, should I get sushi or pizza tonight?
It's like I don't know, fucking sushi. You know, it's when the personal questions were like, you know. That's when it gets weird, you know? And you know, content creators, they're not your friends. They're not they're not your friends.
I have, and I know you probably I have a lot of issues with one of the bigger things that I hate, and I kind of feel at fault on this because, like, you know, like in my question of the stream, I ask, like, sometimes I ask, like, what's your favorite candy, just to cause a little debate. But sometimes I do ask, like, you know, what's more in-depth questions or more deeper questions. But there's times where, and I hate this, like, and because this is going to go into my next question for you, because I cannot stand this. I don't like hearing bad news while I'm streaming.
Okay.
About someone's personal life. I hate it. I hate it. Like, I absolutely, like, if I'm streaming, my biggest thing is to create a certain atmosphere for people to enjoy.
My question is, how do you deal with that? Unless you were about to say that. Like, how do you as a streamer, that's my question to you. Because I have a way I deal with it, and I think it's pretty effective.
Okay, cool. Because I probably don't want to hear that.
How do you deal with that?
Me, I try to, in the best possible way I can, I try to I call it, it's funny, I call it my D&D. I try to direct and deflect. Like that's my, like I try to, like if somebody, because like for instance, I'm not gonna give the exact situation, but for instance, somebody was like, hey man, I have to get a big you know, hey, you know, I have something wrong with me and I got to get a big surgery. And I might die.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, of course that's an exaggeration, but
yeah,
like I'm like, dude, like in my head, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm playing
Resident Evil, bro. Yeah, like I'm
playing Viva Pinata for the Xbox 360, bro. You're like ruining my mood.
Exactly. And of course, like I can't say that. And it's like I'm here with 20 other people, you know, looking at Viva Pinata, and it's like we're chatting about jelly beans, and here you come.
Like, yeah,
what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, like I'm gonna die. And like, so what I try to do, I usually just be like, damn, I'm sorry. I hope everything goes for the best, and then immediately deflect to another topic. That's the way I do it.
And some people will look at that and be like, ew. But like, bro, it's my stream. Like, what are you talking about?
What do you want me to do?
Like I'm over here playing like Sneak King for the 360, and this guy's talking about his like dog murdered his entire family. It's like, yes, what, bro?
And it's like, you know, I get it, and that goes into the thing where people, there's a thin line where, in like a lot of people deal with it in DMs and deal with it in messages, but some people get bold enough to just say it in chat. Like they just be like I don't care if somebody be like, yo, should I get sushi or pizza in chat? Fine. You're in chat. We can answer that question. Yeah, exactly. That's fun. That's fine. Forum. Like, exactly. But like, because now, like, if I'm having a topic, if I'm saying something and you're like, yeah, my dog died today. Now I'm like, and now you're changing, yeah, like, yeah, you're changing the tone, because now everybody in chat is like, sorry to your dog. I'm like, that's not the vibe. I was like, I set this vibe up to be this, and you just yanked it away from me, and now I have to rebuild it back, and I hate that. And of course, there's no way to really, like, you can't be a dick, you know. And that goes into my question, where how do you, and I know like you answered, so not that part, but like how do you maintain the vibe that you set, whatever that vibe is, if it's laid back, if it's fun, if it's goofy, like how do you maintain that vibe?
So I maintain, like, so okay, so for example, I'll share the way I deal with someone. Like if someone says something like that, I'm the thing that I say every single time is, hey man, I'm really sorry about that. Like, I just hope that my stream could kind of distract you and provide like an escape from what you're going through. That's it.
That's solid.
That's all, that's what I say.
That's solid.
That's what I say. And
I might have to work with that.
And 9 out of 10 times they'd be like, I really appreciate that, man. And that's it. Like they drop it.
I might have to do that, because
yeah, like, and of course it's gonna vary. Like if someone comes into the stream and go like, hey man, like my house burned down, my whole family died, I'm the only one that lived, like I'm gonna be like, dude, what the fuck? I'm sorry. Like when things like that happen, like I'm not saying that like I don't feel bad for them, because I do.
Of course,
you know
yeah, I mean? Same.
Like, because you have to look at it from their perspective, right? If that happened to them and they're on Twitch, they're looking for an escape from what they're going through.
Right.
So that's exactly why I say, like, if someone comes in, you know, saying, you know, something bad happened in their life, I say, look, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I hope everything gets better. I hope that my stream could provide an escape for you. And you know, you listen, if you don't want to deal with what's going on, hang out in chat, vibe with us. Hope you enjoy the stream.
That's solid.
And that's what it is.
That's solid.
Because I think they appreciate that, right? Like,
right.
You know, I don't think they do it to like want attention.
Right.
You know, because you gotta assume positive intent. Because I try to assume positive intent all the time when it comes to like new chatters in my stream, or like just people.
Damn you, company we worked for.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I try to assume positive intent, and like they just want you to know what they're going through, I guess.
Right.
And like I get it. Like I don't think I've ever seen something like that where I felt like it's ruined the entire vibe of the stream. because I respond the way I do.
Right.
Because if anything, then it pauses the vibe for that quick second, and then I say like, hope my stream provides an escape, blah 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 blah.
You're right back to it.
Then right back to it, right?
That's solid.
So that's usually what I do, and I think they appreciate it because like you've noticed what they said, and you know you're providing that little comfort for them,
right?
Because again, if they're going to Twitch, they're looking for an escape from whatever they're going through. So I think that's a good way of doing it. But like overall, to keep the vibe going, I think I do a pretty good job of it. Not to the point where I feel like I do a certain thing, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like I don't feel like I do a certain thing stream by stream where the objective is to keep the vibe going the way it is.
Right.
Because my stream, I'll be honest, bro, my stream's a roller coaster sometimes. Like
it's fun.
Like, like and by that I mean like, bro, we could be starting off like doing a lo-fi playlist Apex stream, and then someone decides, fuck it, 20 gifted subs, and then like the vibe shoots, like it's like it was chill, and then it like shoots up.
Hell yeah.
Next thing you know, bro, we're like we're dancing like to Cup Kake and WAP, and then I'm shotgunning Red Bulls.
Got the McDonald's.
Like
yeah. Hell yeah.
I get the McDonald's. Like, yeah, man. Like it's so up and down. It's, for me at least, you gotta read the room, right? So like if chat is active, then like the vibes are definitely high.
Yeah.
Your chat is maybe not that active.
Your stream is like perfect quick time events.
That's a good way to put it.
It's man. Like one cutscene is like X and then circle, and it's like
yeah, that's a good way to put it. And not every stream is like that. Like there's streams, obviously, like every streamer has those streams where like it's just a chill vibe the entire time.
Right.
But then you have like streams where, like, just the other day I had a stream where this was, I don't want to date this podcast, but the Capitol City riot happened, or Capitol building riot happened, and I streamed that day. Yeah. And I literally made it known like at the beginning of my stream, and I usually I do like a funny GIF on Twitter thing. I literally tweeted, I was like, I don't feel like I should make a funny thing. I'm gonna be live. If you guys want to hang out tonight, I'm gonna be live. If you want to hang out, come by. Right. I even started off the stream, condemning what had happened and saying like, don't let the media tell you anything. These people are racists. These people are the worst people. These people are what make our country look the way it is, like bad.
That's a fact.
And the only thing we could do is just keep going and fight against that, whether it be like donating to a cause that you like, going out to protests that you support for, Black Lives Matter or any other good cause that you could think of, right? So I start off the stream talking about that,
right?
And then fast forward like 2 hours later, I'm 60 gifted subs in. So, like, someone in my chat streamed me 40 McNuggets from McDonald's. So now I'm like monetarily obligated to eat 40 nuggets because I'm not gonna have this guy buy me nuggets. He bought me 40 McNuggets. If you don't know what Treat Stream is, for those watching, if you don't know what Treat Stream is, it's a thing where your chat, you could set something up on your chat, and then people can order you food, and it's super secure. They don't know where you live because you make the menu.
Yeah,
they don't know where they're ordering it from.
It just orders from the closest proximity, right?
Exactly. Right. And again, like, it does a really good job at keeping it private because they don't know where you live. It just says there's a Subway near them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're gonna fucking search every house that has a fucking Subway near them. and that's what it does. So like, Neon, I'll shout him out. Neon gifts me 40 McNuggets and 2 large fries. It's like, now the vibes are like, I was playing that song when I was eating the McNuggets. So it's like, it started off like super chill vibes, and then people are, and you know what, it goes back, I didn't even plan for this to go back to this point, but it goes back to people are looking for an escape.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like, that stream was probably the craziest stream I had I was gonna say this year, but hello, we're 10 days into the year.
Hey.
But like it was the craziest stream that I've had in a while, and you kind of got to gauge those vibes. Like it started off low vibes, and then new people coming in, you're getting new followers. I got raided by Muscle Party that night too, so it's like listen, it was a crazy stream, and you know, I think when you're trying to gauge vibes, it's a stream by stream basis.
That's a fact. I
don't think there necessarily has to be a thing you have to do every stream,
right?
Because like I'm not gonna shotgun a monster every stream if like chat is hanging out. Like, you know, you want to, you know, it's like
that improv.
You don't want to set off fireworks for like 3 people. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
Like
if you put that.
If you have a fireworks show, if 3 people show up, like, are you still gonna want to do it? Like, you could do it, but it's gonna feel weird if you
like
do
that one meme where that kid is DJing on the balcony. And it's like his 3 friends.
Yeah, and then the 3 kids are like you could do that. I'm not saying don't do that. I say I totally support putting your best foot forward and doing that if you want to. But I'm saying it's important to gauge that. Right. So like going back to that meme of if you have 20 people doing that, then you're like, okay, do this and keep going. And then if that number grows, then keep going. If that number declines, then kind of scale it back a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a stream by stream thing.
Hell yeah. And I get that. I get that a lot. And we're gonna do 2 more kind of personal and creative questions. Before we go into just a little bit into the Twitch culture as it stands today, but dealing with give me your entire thoughts on you being a POC streamer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's the question.
Yeah. Like, give me just give me your thoughts on being a POC streamer. Like, you know, we deal with racism and things like that, which we're gonna go into when we talk about the state of Twitch. But like, give me your personal effects on that.
I'll be honest. Like, I don't get a lot of people coming into my stream and commenting on like my nationality.
Right.
Like I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. Proud Puerto Rican and Dominican.
What I'm talking about.
But I don't to most people I don't look that way. Right? Because my skin is like, at least on my face, my skin like right now it kind of looks white because of the light and just the camera.
Right.
But like I'm, you know, my face is more on the whiter side. But like my arms, like my hands, you'll see like the tan.
Right. Because that could be shocking. Like if people come into your stream and they be like, he's talking
What's
about
up, white boy, and then it's like, nope,
you're wrong on that one.
Nope,
Black Lives Matter, motherfucker.
But I think, you know, I'm here to represent, man. Like,
I'll
be honest, bro, I can't speak Spanish to save my life. But I am a proud Hispanic. I will be the first one to be like, no, man, I'm Dominican, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not gonna say I'm Italian.
Tell them motherfuckers that I cook wings because I know how to cook wings, nigga.
Oh, dude. Oh my god, dude, that guy. So for those watching, I like posted a picture of me like seasoning wings one night, and I had my season. I didn't toss. I don't think I tossed the wings yet. I don't remember if I did.
You didn't do the toss yet.
Like the wings were just there, and I had the spices because I was doing like this really, really spicy recipe. So like if you ever season wings with spicy recipes, like it looks weird. Like it's gonna look like dirt.
Like you dropped them in mud. Yeah, like you dropped them in dirt.
Like most of the most of the spices you're using is like chili powder or like or paprika, like like those dark
colored seasonings. Yeah,
like cumin, like they're all like different shades of brown. So it's gonna look like that. If you do it, like if you go to fucking Popeyes, it's just frozen chicken. They just throw it in. But like if you're actually making it, like it'll look that way. So this guy, so I posted on Twitter, and this guy goes like, "Man, this is why white people don't know how to cook." It's just like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yo, this guy went like off. Like this guy went off on me. Never talked to him in my life. He was, bro.
I don't even know how he saw the tweet.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't know what there had to be a term that he searched to find that tweet. And he was like, man, see, man, why do when white people cook, they look like they toss this shit in dirt, man? Like, oh man, like he was just going off thinking I was white and didn't know how to season my food. So like I responded and I was like, hey man, I'm Puerto Rican and I'm Dominican. And I didn't toss these yet. This is a spicy recipe, and this is why it looks that way. I am so sorry you're so angry. And then like about like 7 people that follow me like quote tweeted that, and it was like, bro, you good?
Yeah, you
like,
okay?
Like I was like, bro. And then I did like a little bit more digging and looked at his past responses. It's just him hating on white people. And like, listen, man, like I'm down for like going after the people that deserve it, but like, bro, if you're just trying to like rag on white people for like just to do it, like I don't know, man. But that was wild. I was like, holy shit. But what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Oh my god.
I'll be honest, bro. When growing up, I honestly didn't care about representation. Like I didn't.
Right.
Like I was like, so what if I mean, there wasn't a lot of representation back then when I was little, but like nowadays, right? Like if Into the Spider or Miles Morales came out, right? The Spider-Man game, Miles Morales came out when I was younger, I would have been like, who cares? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have been like, who cares? Because like, that's just the age that we lived in back then.
Right. It's just a game. Like, I just want to be fucking Spider-Man.
Like, who cares if Miles Morales is Puerto Rican, like, and black? Who cares? Like, who? Like, I would have thought that way, but like nowadays, like I'm actually very much inspired by like Puerto Rican, Boricua, Dominican,
that culture,
content creators. Yeah, like you have Uber Haxor Nova, he's Puerto Rican. You have Sly Foxhound, he's Puerto Rican. You have Ray Navarez Jr., he's Puerto Rican. Like those are just 3 streamers right off the bat that I could say
represent
and inspire me, because like it's a weird way that you start to think about it, because it's like, okay, if they're Puerto Rican, I could be in their position, right. And it's a weird way of thinking, because it's not their race that got them there, it's their talent, it's their hard work, like, you know what I mean?
That's
but
a
it's
fact.
just seeing it's the same way like you see like little girls look up to people like AOC and people like that, because they see themselves like, if she is, you know,
bartender from the Bronx, like
exactly, like if she's Puerto Rican and could get there, I can too as a little girl. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they see themselves in that, and I think that's why representation matters. You know what I mean? Because like a little kid that plays Miles Morales today could be like, I could be Spider-Man, because Spider-Man isn't, and no fault to them, Spider-Man isn't Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man isn't oh my god, what's the new Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Like Spider-Man isn't Tom Holland, and it's not their fault. They just got casted for that role. I'm not saying that they're trying to make Spider-Man white, but it's like,
Peter Parker's white.
They see a Spider-Man that looks like them in Miles Morales. So the representation is super important to me now, way more than it was when I was little, because I didn't care. Like I honestly I didn't care. But you know, now that I'm in this space where like it's a 1 in a million chance that you're going to be successful, seeing someone in that spot that has the same type of you know Boricua blood or Dominican blood as you have, you see yourself in that position, and that's important.
That's a fact.
And I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not using like Puerto Rican and Dominican as just for that.
Right.
I'm just speaking for myself.
And that's a great point. And with that, like, I would like to get and we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna ask you one more just about yourself, and then we'll go into the Twitch culture. But with that, going into such a dominant or a white dominance I don't want to say
Like
culture,
predominantly white
industry maybe?
Industry, yeah.
Yeah. Like, do you, even with like, because you were very vocal, you're in streaming, you were very vocal politically during the election. You were very vocal with BLM protests when they were happening. You were very vocal with even the thing that happened at the Capitol. Do you feel that kind of stunts you at all? Do you feel like you're pressured to talk about that because you are Puerto Rican and Dominican, or because you are a POC, or do you feel that like, fuck, like if I talk about this, this could fuck some up for me?
I no. That's the answer to that. No, I don't. I'll be honestly, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I am talking about this because I want to talk about this.
Right.
I don't feel pressured, because saying I feel pressured to talk about it because I'm Puerto Rican, because I'm Dominican,
Wrong
that
intention.
kind of that downplays the severity of the situation, because it's like, oh, well, because I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican, I guess I have to talk about it. Like, no, I talk about it because, like, these are things that are happening in the country that I live in, and like, this is affecting the world. Like, this doesn't, like, these Capitol riot, or the Capitol riots happened.
Right.
Literally that same day, I saw a video of a let me put it in perspective. I saw a video of a Make America Great Again rally in Japan. Let me put that in perspective. A Make America Great Again rally in Japan.
They have no horse in this race.
like hundreds of people in Tokyo, Japan, were marching down like Main Street or whatever, wherever they were, like screaming like "Make America Great," Trump signs and stuff like that. So this isn't only my country that this is happening. Like, this is affecting. This is affecting everywhere. This is affecting the entire world. Like, say what you want, but like, America is the #1 country in the world, because like it's such an influential country.
Spreads out.
Like, that's why they call the president of the United States the most powerful man in the world.
Right.
Like the
who
president and the
Twitter.
vice president.
What a
like,
world
the
we live in.
president and the vice president, they're the most powerful people in the world. Like, that's why, like, people call them that.
The most powerful man in the world is banned on Twitter, and I just don't know how to feel about that. Like, we
can do it, bro. 10 more days. 10 more days. We can do it.
Please.
We can do it. He might actually have to do his job for the next 10 days. It's kind of weird. But yeah, like, this is stuff that's happening. And do I feel like I have to talk about it because I'm a person of color? Absolutely not. I feel like I have to talk about it because this is something that needs to be talked about.
Facts.
No matter if I'm white, black, Asian, green from Mars, like, it doesn't matter. This is something that needs to be talked about. And it honestly, it pisses me off that there's some streamers that try to like dance around this.
Yes.
And listen, I even started off the stream on the day that the Capitol riots happened, and I was like, listen, I want to talk to you guys about this because, one, I feel like I need to talk about it because this is something that needs to be talked about, and two, if you're looking at it from a content creator's perspective, as a content creator, they, like, my community, my viewers, need to know where I stand on this,
right?
And I want to make it very clear where I stand on this. I condemn what happened. I 100% believe these people are racist. They're Nazis. They're the worst people our country has to offer.
Right.
And there are good there are good people out there, and we need to be those people. We need to be louder than the bad people in our country and in our world. Right?
That's a fact.
And even if, like, we try to do these like Black Lives Matter protests, and these bad people want to mark us as rioters and bad people and animals, meanwhile they're at the Capitol shitting in their hand and smearing it on the wall,
wearing literal animal fur.
Like, I'm not kidding. Like, they actually shit in their hand and smeared it on the Capitol hallway wall. but they want to call us animals for standing up for what we believed in, right? There's a difference between rioting for a racist to be president and protesting to let the country know that, bro, you're killing our people and we want it to fucking stop. Like, you're doing nothing to stop this from happening. So, you know, we're gonna protest,
right?
And you know what I mean? And you know what? Listen, I'm not gonna say like writing is the way to do it, but you know, writing is the language of what's. I don't want to mess up the term, but like writing is the language of the silent or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
it's. I apologize because it's a very famous quote, but like, am I fucking like? Am I gonna cry because a fucking Starbucks got a rock thrown through it because someone's pissed off that we're killing black people left and right in this country?
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry about the Starbucks that could easily replace that window in the next day.
That's a fact. Like, it won't hurt nobody in that bit. Like,
exactly. Like, you don't see us storming Capitol Hill. Like, you don't see Black Lives Matter protesters breaking into the Capitol,
one of
the most secure, like one of the most important buildings in our country, in the most important district in our country. Like, you don't see us doing that. Like, I don't give a fuck about a Starbucks window.
Yeah.
You know, but I do care about like us getting justice and for cops to stop killing us.
That's a fact.
Know? Like killing our people. But then again, we're the animals, right? When we want to protest that. But going back to what I was talking about, like, I think it's important for content creators to make their stance known. I firmly believe that, because being silent is being complacent.
That's a fact.
Like, if you're being quiet, then like most people don't think the way I do, but like I could understand if you want to be quiet about it. Like, I'm not gonna say because you're quiet about it, you are like, yeah,
automatic racist,
like,
right?
Exactly. Right. I don't believe that way, but some people can, and that's important to like unblur that line. Like, it's important, like, to make sure that people who might think that way don't think that way, because you don't want someone to think you're racist,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's more than a retweet of someone else's tweet condemning it. Like, I saw content creators that's all they did. That's all they did. It was retweet someone else's tweet condemning the riot. It's like, no, bro, we need to hear it from your mouth. We need to hear it from you.
From your own
think
words.
That's important.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's important. And that's why, within the past year, I've had to do it more than once, where I have to start off a stream like, hey guys, this is what happened today. This is where I stand on it. Yada, 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 And, when the first stream after the election, I was like, let's go. Like, I was, I let people know. I was like, listen, I voted Democrat. I voted for Biden. I voted for Kamala.
Fact.
Like, is systematic racism ending on January 20th? Not at all. Not even a little bit. But do I think that Biden and Harris could help in the restoration? Do I think they're going to do a lot in the next 4 years? Probably not. I'll be honest. They're probably not going to do a lot to stop it. But yeah, a step is a step. I do believe Biden was the first president-elect and going to be the first president that mentioned trans people in a speech. Like, he was the first person to mention transgendered people in his victory speech.
That's dope.
So, like, listen, like I said, are they going to solve racism in 4 years? Nope, not even a little bit. But they, I have at least a certain percentage of confidence in them that they're going to at least help.
Right. Same.
Right.
Same.
And the person that is in charge of the change isn't the president. It's us.
Right.
The president it could help. The president didn't help for the past 4 years, but this president potentially can help.
Facts. And that's why being vocal is super important.
Yeah, it's up to us to the saying is be the change you want to see in the world, but it's true, especially now.
That's a fact.
Like, be the change you want to see. You know, I remember when, I don't want to get too political, but I remember when Biden won, like, there like is a big main street. I am fortunate enough, and I really appreciate the neighborhood that I live in, because it's a democratic neighborhood. Like, it's either democratic or they're morally just sane.
Yeah.
Because like you'll like around election season, like all you saw were like Biden-Harris signs, Democratic senator signs, Black Lives Matter.
Thanks.
Like you would legit see like apartment buildings that have big Black Lives Matter signs on the window and stuff like that. And like I really appreciated that when we first drove down here to look at the apartment. I was like, at least I know I won't get beat up here. like at least I know I won't get lynched or some shit. But like no, I really appreciated that. And when Biden won, there was like not a parade, but like that was the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing I've been to since pandemic hit.
Facts.
Like, and the thing is, we were all there. Everyone was wearing masks. There wasn't one person that wasn't wearing a mask.
Oh, you love to see it. You really do.
You really, bro. We literally like for 3 blocks. I was like 3 or 4 blocks. Just crowds of people, just like with like gay pride flags, like the bi flag, the trans flag.
I love
Black Lives Matter flags, like just
that's
American
beautiful.
flags, like American flags, like just celebrating that we got this guy out of office. Like it's crazy. And I let people know, like, hey, I'm at this celebration. Everyone is masked up. Social distancing kind of was non-existent because there's so many people.
Yeah, it was
there's
crowded.
You can't exactly.
Right.
We're talking about like blocks here. We can't.
Yeah.
And not everyone's gonna be 6 feet, but everyone was wearing a mask. If someone wasn't wearing a mask, someone pointed it out. I saw it.
Nice.
So, like someone had their mask under their nose and they're like, "Yo, like,
put it up.
What are we doing?"
Yeah. Come on now, you smarter than this. Put it up.
Yeah, and the cops were there just to make sure nothing happened because the other side is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So like there were cops driving like back and forth, making sure everything was fine, and it was fun. And I let people know, like, hey, I'm here. I'm happy. I do know that the trouble doesn't go away when this guy is sworn in, but
right.
We got rid of someone that was a big influencer and made it okay to be racist again.
Thanks.
Like so yeah, I think I do think it's important that content creators let people know where they stand.
Hell yeah.
And not be quiet, because it's stupid if you're being quiet.
That's a fact. And I wholeheartedly agree. I spoken up in my own, I speak up on my own platforms and things like that. And with that, this is the last question before we go right back to you, and then before we go right back into Twitch, first for a little bit, because I don't want to take too much time. Pandemic. One of the biggest, and this is the only thing I will touch on, one of the biggest things that I have heard, and luckily enough to be a part of, and luckily enough to even have been told directly, we as content, I don't know, whoa, voice cracked. We as content creators and as streamers, there has been the saying that we saved the pandemic because we offered, in a world where everything got shut down, like you really couldn't go outside, you couldn't be social, we provided that feeling. And that saved a lot of people. Like you said, it helped people escape. It helped people bring some type of social structure back into their lives, some way to escape content, a way to laugh. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like now streaming is now more than ever because people see the influence and the impact that us as streamers and content creators have when the world kind of goes to shit?
Yeah, I very much agree that I think Twitch helped a lot of people, whether it be the content creators themselves or the viewers. Because I'll be honest, bro, if like I wasn't working for March, we closed our stores in March, April, May, June. I like for about 5 months.
Yeah.
I was not working. I was lucky enough to still be getting paid bi-weekly by my job. We just didn't know what we were doing for 5 months.
Right.
So like they basically just told everyone, hey, if stay home.
Yeah.
If you want to work, you can. If you don't have to. So I chose not to because the fuck, like, but
yeah.
but if I'm still getting paid, like, why would I put myself through the stress?
That's a fact.
But like I can tell you right now, bro, if it wasn't for Twitch, I probably would have gained like 50 pounds. Because like I could talk as a content creator, not as I could kind of talk as a viewer, but most of my time was spent streaming.
Right.
So like it gave me something to do. It gave me kind of a structure to my day because before like the places really started closing down, I would stream, then go to the gym, sleep. Right. I would spend my day like with my family in the pool, whatever, because it was summer. I was be in the pool for a bit, work out in the pool, stream. After the stream, go work out at like midnight. And it was a 24-hour gym, so I would like work at midnight, be home by 2, go to bed, and then rinse and repeat. But then the gym closed down, but then I was still on Twitch. Like either I was doing Twitch, you had Muscle Party that I was a part of.
Thanks.
Like in chat and stuff like that. So like Twitch gave a structure to my day.
Right.
Really. And I would assume as a viewer, especially like if you're stuck home, like you could watch Netflix, you could watch Hulu, but like, usually
there's no social in that. You're not talking to anybody.
Exactly. Right. So like, let's say if my favorite streamer is Tim the Tapman, and I've worked a 9 to 5 every day. Now I'm home, right? I'm never home during this time. What am I supposed to do? Watch Tim the Tapman. Right. Because you've always wanted to watch him. You couldn't watch him because he only streams in the morning. Now you can.
Right.
And it just gives, there's a lot of phrases that get thrown around, but I think the one that I like the most is like comfort streamer, comfort YouTube creator.
Yeah.
A comfort YouTuber, right? So like, I would say that Tim the Tatman is definitely a comfort YouTuber. Just because like I could put on his stream, not even if I'm watching it, like I could put it on and like play Apex, right? And like it's kind of like background noise,
right?
And I think a lot of people did that during the pandemic, and it kind of made them feel like not alone. Because a lot of people, because like I could just guess or assume that like, because I could speak for myself and saying like, my mental health definitely changed during this pandemic, being home every single day, waking up at 5 p.m. every single day, like it messes with people. And I think Twitch definitely was there for a lot of people. I would like to, I don't know if it boomed, but I would love to see how much money Twitch made in 2020.
Same. I would
love to know with everyone's unemployment like benefits and the stimulus, the one stimulus that we got. Well, 2, because mine hit on the 25th, the last one. But I just want to see like if they've had like a revenue. I'm pretty sure there's articles, but I could imagine that in 2020 streamers made more money than they ever have.
I still think Twitch should have half the payout cap, but
true. Oh man,
they should have.
I didn't even think of that.
They should have.
They should have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that's great points, and I definitely feel those same sentiments too. And lastly, before we go into the Twitch side of things, just for a little bit,
yeah,
we're gonna go back to you.
I'm chilling, bro. I'm having fun.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's good. That's good.
I'm not in a rush to do anything.
That's perfect. Back to you, right? Give me your what's in the cards for DreNav, like as far as streaming, content creating, like what are goals that you really want to hit even this year, even as recent as this year and beyond? Like what are some goals? What do you sit down after a stream and what are you like, okay, this is what I'm going to focus on, this is what I want to get into? Like what is next for DreNav, or what is the addition to Twitch streaming for you?
I would so usually when I end a stream, and I can tell you right now, bro, I am so bad at time management. Like I need a time management like coach or some shit like that. Like I'm so bad. Like I'm so easily distracted. I think I honestly wanted to get like go to a doctor and see like if I have like something that makes me get so distracted easily.
Oh damn.
I don't want to just like throw out
yeah, like a CAT scan or something.
a symptom and say like, oh, maybe I have ADHD because I don't know what it is.
Right.
I'm so easily distracted. Like I could be like working and then I pick up my phone and then I'm on it for like 2 hours and I'm like, oh wait, I have to go back to work. You know what I mean? Like, but there's some days where like I'm like focused, like I'm zeroed in.
Right.
But like there would be some times where like going back to how I had that replay buffer and I make those clips of the stream on a good day, right? And it all depends if I get good clips. I'm not gonna make a highlight clip if it was like the clips weren't that great.
Yeah.
But like in a perfect world, I would like to make a highlight clip for every single day that I streamed. And I think now that I'm in that, it's been kind of weird for the past few weeks because we had Christmas, we had New Year's.
Right.
There's like I think the last week I just didn't stream on a Monday for some reason. I think because I just didn't want to. I was tired from work. That's why I changed my schedule to stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, because having that every other day off kind of gives me time to do the extra stuff. Right. So like if I end the stream in a perfect world, if I end the stream, I chop up the clips, put them into Premiere, make a video, put it on Twitter, boom. And then that's the content that's on that's live the next day. That tweet, and people go watch that video, stuff like that. So it's more. I want to do more of that. I definitely want to start putting more clips on TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok is something I have to focus on a little bit more. I was kind of going hot, and then like I kind of slowed down because just the stress from like my actual job.
Who you telling, bro?
Huh?
I said, who you telling? I'm like this with skits because like. I get such a big skit and now I'm like under 500. I'm like I kind of need it.
No,
like I was like
that's why
I fell off a little bit.
I think that's why TikTok is such like it's so crazy because it's a gamble. Like, you're not really gambling. Like there's no loss.
Right.
But like it's like taking that pickaxe and hitting the ground and then into the oil shoots up. You know what I mean?
Yup.
Like and like hitting the pickaxe to the ground is churning out those TikToks, and the oil is when you get a TikTok that just bangs. Like I had a TikTok, for those watching, I had a TikTok. Like I put a couple TikToks in. Maybe like I would say, like maybe let's say for the example, I put 8 TikToks out. I put maybe like I got like 100 likes at most for most of them.
Right.
And then I don't know, bro. Don't ask me how I came up with this TikTok. It literally just came to my head, and I think it might have been because I saw like some like TikToks from people that were like younger, like, oh, this is what happened when I was younger. I thought of the TikTok of getting extra recess and the feeling how not getting extra recess was, and so I literally searched up like a picture of a playground, put it as the green screen. I got my bomber jacket, put on the bomber jacket so I could recreate how a teacher would look. And then I literally just had like the shirt I was wearing for the day, and I kneeled down. I was on my knees to replicate like how it, even though I feel like I could have just had like in retrospect, I could have just held the camera up a little higher to make it myself seem short. But I was like on my knees, like be quiet, and then I pretended to be the teacher that was going to give the kids extra recess. And as the kid, I was like trying to pretending to shush everyone around me so that we could be quiet, so the teacher would give us extra recess. The teacher ended up not giving us extra recess, and then like the kid got mad, right?
Right.
And the whole thing behind that TikTok was like, oh, how we used to act, to get extra recess,
right?
And I don't know what happened, but like as it stands right now, it has 9,558 likes.
Ooh.
And 58.2 thousand plays. Like,
damn. You even got retweeted by the state.
Oh yeah, and then I had another. Yeah, I had another. So that TikTok actually banged more on Twitter than it did uh on TikTok, because it was basically like, if you live in Jersey, there's this ongoing battle of Taylor ham and pork roll. I basically made a skit about that, and then I tagged, I tweeted it out, mentioned the actual like the official New Jersey Twitter account, and they retweeted it. For that entire day, bro, I had New Jerseyans like
just arguing.
Bro, it was a fucking battleground. It was crazy. So yeah, man, those are the fun sides of TikTok, and I want to focus a little bit more on that.
Yeah.
I wish I had like enough money to like hire an editor.
Yo, same.
Because that's how like it's a time thing, man. It's like it's a really big time thing. And I guess like the answer would be like, well, cap your streams at like 3 hours. Like, you know, don't stream for 7 hours. Yesterday I streamed for like 7 hours and definitely took away time from, from doing other things like editing and creating other content. But like, it's hard to do that when you're like in the zone, right? Like if you're having a good stream, if you're having fun, it's hard to just be like, all right, guys, well, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
It's hard to just do that. So like, I feel like if I had an editor, like they could work on their videos and I don't have to worry about that. And that's what those big streamers have. Those big streamers have those people that just do their stuff for them. They don't edit their own videos. Some do, but some don't. So I would like to get more clips out. The highlight thing is something I definitely want to stick to, because I think it's a good way of showing people like how my streams look now. Right. Because with that channel trailer that I have as my pinned tweet, like that's from streams like years ago. That's not how my stream looks like now.
Right.
But I mean, listen, the content stayed the same. Let's be honest. The chaotic nature of that channel trailer is what the stream is now still. But I would want to get more clips and kind of make an updated channel trailer.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, other than streaming, I want to focus more on the community. Discord and stuff like that. My Discord is pretty active. My Discord has been the most active it's been in the 3 years that it's been alive.
That's a fact.
So and that speaks a lot to like the work I'm putting in, and I'll give myself credit.
Yes,
like it speaks a lot to the work I'm putting in on stream, off stream, to build that audience. And I think going back to what we talked about earlier about like being hesitant to join communities.
Right.
I kind of like, it's still in the back of my mind, right?
Right.
But I think I'm kind of more on the spectrum of like, fuck it. Like if fuck it. If people like want to retweet my shit and like,
and they will,
and like then they will, right? So because like, for example, I've gotten to connect with the leader of Muscle Party, Brett.
Brett
Hundar on Twitter. And he was in Couch Up, which is a channel that I absolutely loved.
Right.
One of probably my favorite YouTube channel of all time. Right. He was like a owner of it. Like he was a co-owner. Never in my life did I think I would ever like talk to him on a daily basis like the way I do now.
Right.
Manage, cool. help him manage his community and stuff like that. And it goes back to what I said earlier, where like I tried to not talk about my shit and other people's things. But like he doesn't care. Like he'll be like, oh, he'll be on stream. Dre's streaming, by the way, guys. It's like, bro, no, I want them to see you. I don't care if they see me. See you, it's your thing. And then like, he raids me all the time. We talk about, streaming all the time and like what he's planning to do with his stuff. And I like, even when because we have like a channel that we all talk, like him and the moderation team, like we talk. Even then, I don't talk about streaming. Like, I don't, because again, it's not about me.
Right.
I'm not going to talk about myself.
It's your duty for that community, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Like if we were talking as in like, texting, then like, yeah, I'll be like, oh, yo, I'm going to stream. But even then, like I don't want to, because I don't like making it about myself. and my shit, because like then that sounds like oh,
problematic.
You just talk to me because you want me to raid you. Like, is that what it is?
Right.
So like that's what it is. You know, it speaks to the hard work that I've put in. I don't really care about what people think about, like, if I try to become friends with like Brett, for example, or like the moderation team over there. Like, it's all about the community aspect for me.
Yeah.
You know, that helps with, you know, wanting to do more.
Yeah.
Like your question was like what else? Well,
right.
Like what's in the cards, right? And
right.
It's definitely building the community. I want to make more streamer friends. Like,
nice.
like I that is like my number one thing. I want more streamer friends.
Hell yeah.
I want to become part of more communities like Muscle Party.
Right.
I want to meet more content creators, you know, like Brett, that know what they're doing, that know the industry like that.
Right.
Because that's a good resource to have. Like, if I ever have a question like, yo, why is this, I could ask them and be like, well, it's like this.
Right.
I want to become friends with more content creators. I want to stick to my stream schedule. Dude, I've been on time twice, and like for the past 2 streams. So listen,
we're here.
We're here, baby. Yeah, I mean, I made that stream schedule because I wanted to be able to do more.
It's
just streaming.
It's a YouTube in the works. It's a stream team in the works.
That's a good question, bro.
Yeah, man.
I was going to do a stream team with a friend, but they kind of fell off of their streaming game. Which is it's not a fault of them. It's just life, you know.
Right.
I would like to have a stream team because I think that's a good way of networking.
Yeah. You know, I'll be a part of it.
Yeah, of course. I'm not really one to like look for stream teams myself.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, if I see a stream team and they're like, applications open, I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Like, when it comes to YouTube, I'm not sure, man. Like I said, I wish I had enough money to just hire someone to edit my videos for me. Just because, like, as it stands right now, I don't have time to like
crank out videos and shit
like that. Crank out YouTube videos and stuff like that.
It's
like
difficult.
I work 8 to 5 every day.
I'm only doing it because I'm not working right now. I'm pretty sure like when I get back working, it's gonna be really tough for me to like still do videos and stream, and so I gotta get my schedule ready now just in case.
Yeah, like I work Monday through Friday. I work 8 to 5.
Right.
So from 5 to 7, or 5 to 6:30, I'm like either eating, taking a nap, doing something. Then I shower from 6. Like I shower between 6:30 and 7, and then I try to be live at 7. It used to be I used to be live at 6, but like having only an hour to like wind down from the stress of work, eat, shower, like having an hour to do just that is like, nah.
Yeah.
Like
I give yourself some time.
Exactly. So I changed my schedule to go live at 7 on the days that I'm scheduled. And I think Friday was the first day I did that, and I was on time because like I literally
felt refreshed. You was able to get back into it.
Yeah, I literally ended work at 5. We ate. I took a nap. For like half an hour. I showered, then I streamed.
Perfect.
So like, you know, the 2 hours definitely helps. I just the main thing, I just got to stay consistent, man. Like I think consistency is key. Like once you get in that rhythm of like, okay, I have to be live at 7. You know, I got to be live at 7. I got to be blah 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 blah, and then going for it. So the too long didn't read answer to that question was more clips, more TikToks. Every time I put a clip or something on Instagram, it gets so much love from like everyone that follows me there. So I think that's going well. I want to hit 1,000 Twitch followers.
Yes.
I'm under.
You're right under 9.
40, I think.
From 1,000 or 40 from 9?
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. Yeah, 40 from 9. No, I wish. Yeah, you're right. 40
You
from
there, though.
900.
But taking away the 40, 100 away is that's there. That's home stretch.
Yeah, man. I'm at 863 right now. I'm at 863.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, unless I do something crazy, that number will only just go up. But yeah, man, I'm close to 900. I want to hit 1,000 by summer. I think that's possible.
That's possible.
When does summer start? July?
June? Oh, yeah, June, July. Yeah, June 21st to be exact.
When does summer start?
I believe June 21st.
June 20th. You were close.
Ooh, close. Damn.
You're close.
Oh,
You're close. It's
right
always
there.
in the 20s, though. It's always in the 20s.
Right there.
It's like 20. It's always the 21st, or 22nd. I think I could do that. When's June? January, February, March, April, May. The 6th month. I think I could get.
That's beautiful.
140 followers in 6 months.
I think so. Especially with like you knowing what to do. TikToks, Instagram, like Twitter, everything leading back to that one central hub. I think is key.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to hit 1,000 followers on TikTok too. I think I'm at 600 something.
Oh, nice.
But again, I have to, you just have to keep going with TikTok. Man. You can't just I like that extra recess one, like that fire's burning out. Like I'm not getting as many likes daily.
Same.
So it's you have to keep going.
I find myself looking at this TikTok video and I was kind of learning about like when something gets popular. Yeah, when it's like, this is the best times to post and things like that. Like I was looking at those and it was like, what you do is like you look at your most popular video and you look at when you posted it. Like, so like if you posted yours on like Wednesday at 1:30 p.m., try to do another one and post it on Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. and see if it pushes up. You know what I mean? And like whatever your more popular videos are, see when you posted them and then do it like that. And they were also saying, don't be afraid to repost. I think that's my biggest fear. Like, don't be afraid to repost, but like, don't take away, like, let's say like you have a video that's like under 300, right? And what you want to do is like, you can take that video, repost it at a more popular time, but don't erase but don't delete the original post. And like, if anything, just do different hashtags. Yeah.
Being like, yo, throw back to this video.
Right. Like,
thing.
Even if you did one, even if you did one yesterday and then you want to repost it today. So like, I know like if somebody clicks on your profile, they see two of the same videos, it may look weird, like back to back, but with different hashtags, maybe a different caption.
Because dude, the trending hashtags on TikTok change every day.
Exactly. And it's like, at least you have now eyes on two different sets of hashtags for one video, and it grows like that. So like, I'm going to try and start doing that.
I'm about to.
That's what I was saying. Like,
I'm going to take a video and repost it.
Yeah. And just like, see when like your more popular times was just repost it at another time. And like, you don't ever need to delete the original video. Keep it on your TikTok profile so eyes can still get to it. So I'm gonna start doing that too. But yeah, that's perfect. Now, into this second part. This is one big question. Okay. It's gonna have a second part, but this is one big question.
I'm ready.
Twitch. The culture of Twitch is not the most positive. And from 2019 to 2021. Twitch has been under a lot of fire. We've had literally in 2020, Twitch went trending 15 times back to back for something negative weekly, like in a span of like 3 months.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, in 2019, going into 2020. It was racism, where people were getting called out for being racist, and Twitch was getting called out as a platform for not doing things to for pushing POC content creators a little bit below.
Yeah.
And not really appreciating them other than February. You know, Black History Month. For obvious reasons, right? Yeah. And like that's the only time you saw Black people or POCs on the front page is when it was a day or a month or a dedicated trend. Or a trend dedicated to them. And then when they tried to fix that, or when they were responding to that portion, the next big issue was people getting exposed for predators. You know,
the big Twitch Me Too movement.
The big Twitch Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Then when that was getting addressed, it was the thing against women, where Twitch was also kind of the same thing as they treated POCs. They treated women, where you don't see as many women on front pages and this, that, and the third. Then it went back to predators. Then due to BLM, it went back to racism.
Yep.
And my question is kind of a two-part here. How do you feel? And I will say in my next part, but this part, let me get for the question. How do you feel like Twitch is going to go from 2021 and beyond? Like, because they didn't really have so much time to research and deal with those issues. And I mean, you still have, I'm not even mentioning the Dr. Disrespect thing. I'm not mentioning the things about Pokimane and Fedmeister. I'm not like, it's still even their big creators, the Mixer debacle, you know, where Mixer people were coming back. Like, Twitch has been under so much.
That was all in 2020.
It was all in 21. It was all in 2020. Like, that's crazy, racism, the predator thing, the sexism, the big Twitch streamer drama, and the Dr. Disrespect drama. Like, I was all in 2020 back to back.
That's crazy.
And every time I felt that Twitch might have went to try to handle it, something else came and it kind of washed it away. And now I kind of feel it's to the point where they kind of had to half-ass each thing. So nothing got fully fixed because they had to jump to the next trending problem.
Yeah.
Do you think that they are just going to sweep it under the rug for 2021 and beyond until it pops back out? Or do you think they're going to actively fix it? And what do you think Twitch culture is now as a platform?
So when you say like sweep it under the rug, are you talking about like the past issues or issues that we're gonna have this year?
The past issues.
Nah. I honestly think unless another event happens where it escalates the protest and the Black Lives Matter movement.
Right.
I think then, yeah, but I don't think I can't see Twitch being like, hey, we messed up last year. Maybe they might. I mean, again, I'm expecting them not to, but maybe they might. Maybe they honestly might be like, hey guys, like make a blog post. I don't think they'll do a video. Maybe they'll do a blog post saying, hey guys, last year was a rough one for us. I apologize. But then if they do that, then they're gonna be met by criticism because they've had tweets like that in the past. Where, and you didn't even mention that team that they made to like the security team, where that one streamer was like, I have power. Like,
oh my, that was in 2020. Oh my God.
So that happened too. And like they've done actions where
Twitch staff was sweating that whole year. It seems like, golly.
2020 was not a good one for Twitch's image. They've done tweets in the past where they've been like, hey guys, we want you to hold us accountable, but it's like, when we do hold you accountable, you don't do anything.
Exactly.
Like when you ban, like just recently they banned I think a pro Valorant player. I don't know if you heard about this. You probably did. But they banned a pro Valorant player because she went to go get the food that she ordered, at the door. So she left the stream, like she left her chair while her stream was on, and her 3-year-old came and interacted with chat. Obviously, this wasn't a
intention.
She got banned. I don't know if she got unbanned, but to my knowledge, right now she's still banned. But like,
up.
This isn't like that wasn't a thought that went through her head. Like, oh, I'm gonna leave so my 3-year-old can interact with chat.
Right.
But because of Twitch's terms of service, you can't be. I think if you're under a certain age, you have to stream with adult supervision in the room.
Right.
Or like you have to make it known that an adult is watching you.
Right.
But since she went to go get the food, that she wasn't there, and the 3-year-old, and then Twitch saw that as like, well, you fucked, you know, you're banned. It's like,
and there's literally people showing their whole pussy on
exactly.
I don't get like a 3-day suspension. I don't understand that. I just don't get it.
And then there's a lot of inconsistencies.
Yes.
In Twitch's like policing.
Yes.
And like, I love Twitch, bro. Like, I love Twitch. I love the community that it's brought upon us. I don't think, you know, I don't think we could have gotten something like this on YouTube.
That's a fact.
Sure as hell couldn't have got this on Facebook.
That's a fact.
Mixer was getting there,
right?
But it just never got. It never got like the springboard that it needed.
Right.
But like, damn, bro, it's to a point, bro, where I just get disappointed every single time there's like Twitch controversy, and it's like,
yes,
bro, like it's like you go through these things, and it's like they don't learn, like they don't learn from their mistakes,
and it makes you lose faith.
Yeah,
in the platform, like you want to stick with your community and you want to rise through it, but it makes you lose faith.
Yeah, like for example, when I remember, I don't think it was during February. It was during like the April, June, July parts of it. Like
right.
when the
right.
when the murder of George Floyd happened and then Black Lives Matter, you know, escalated
right.
to the level that it did, where Twitch made a video saying that they supported Black creators.
It was not a black.
And then out of like, I don't know the number. I'm just gonna throw a number.
Yeah.
Out of like 8 creators that they showed, like 2 of them were Black creators, and I'm like, it's like.
Then right after that, they did the fucking the Latin emojis with the sombrero, and I'm like, we're like, you're killing us, bro.
They made emotes that added a sombrero and maracas for the Latin for like Hispanic heritage, and it's just like, you don't learn, bro. It just doesn't. It's that.
And then DMCA was the big problem in 2020, and
yeah. But it's like to the race one, right? Like,
right.
From the support Black creators video to the Hispanic heritage, like those 2 things have to do with race and heritage and stuff like that.
Right.
And they didn't learn. They didn't learn from their previous mistakes. And then when that happens, right? When 2 similar things happen, it's like, well, you should have learned the first time. Why didn't you get it right the second time?
Right.
And then it's thing after thing. And then when, you know, you bring up the DMCA stuff, Facebook handled it. Like, Facebook handled DMCA. Facebook Gaming, right, handled DMCA before anyone else did. And basically for Facebook, you can play music on Facebook and not get DMCA strike if the music isn't the focal point
right
of the stream. So like if I'm playing Apex, I could have Drake in the background playing, and I won't get striked because I'm not making the stream about Drake.
You're not doing music. Like a Drake listening party, like
exactly. Right. And it's like, bro, Jeff Bezos, like, what are you doing, bro? Like
at this point, the second richest man in the world, like, figure it the fuck out,
bro, you literally cut a check and you'll make that back in half a second. I don't know, but the DMCA stuff is still going on. It's still crazy. I don't think they haven't figured it out. I do believe that they will figure it out.
Right.
I'm not going to say that they won't, because they will. They will figure it out. They will 100% figure it out. It's a matter of when.
Do you think it's going to be a detriment to us? A lot of people were saying that if they figure it out, it may mean that we have to purchase like a one-time broadcaster license. So let's say like it's like $250, but at that point we can play music and of course it can't still be the focal point, but we can play music. But like, to me, that makes me think, like, if you're not serious in like of becoming in this industry, or like if you're not like wanting to be a serious streamer or serious content creator on Twitch, this is now becoming, because streaming is very expensive. A lot of people, hold on.
It's an investment. It's a
huge
investment.
A lot of people, people have thousands, because a good PC cost a good couple, 800 to 1,000 in itself. But then you got to get monitors, you got to get lights, you got to get green screens, you got to get sound things and mics. You can spend about a good $4,000 and not make a dime. 10 viewers in your chat, nobody subbing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now people are like, this is the, you know what else happened in 2020? The Monster Cat issue.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much shit where it's like, what? Like, Twitch, like, does it make you lose faith in the platform when you see back-to-back issues every time they go trending? Racism, sexism, the Twitch Me Too movement, DMCA not being handled properly, the inconsistency of TOS. It's insane.
Yeah. I don't want to say I lose faith in Twitch, because I have a lot of faith in Twitch. It's just more disappointing than anything.
Right.
I think I've never seen something and been like, wow, I'm losing faith. Because I'm not.
Right.
Like I said, bro, I love Twitch. I love that they let me be able to do what I do. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they let me make the income without having to pay for anything, and it's kind of a sweet deal when you think about it. Like, you can stream, you don't have to buy anything to stream.
Right.
If you hit certain goals, you could start making money off of streaming.
Right.
And that's a pretty sweet deal. But that doesn't, like, when things like that happen, it doesn't make me lose faith. I get angry, I get disappointed, but I do always, like, at the end, I do always have faith that they're going to figure it out.
Positive intent.
Now, exactly. Maybe not when it comes to like the Black Lives Matter videos and stuff like that. I do feel like they're gonna fuck that up again eventually. No matter what it's about.
We'll see in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because I'm already seeing some people tweeting, black streamers already tweeting like, fucking Twitch has reached out to me yet again and has not reached out to any growing black content creators to be on the front page for Black History Month. It's the same 4 to 5 black content creators and streamers every year in February. It's the same big 5 with like a couple other sprinkled in that you may not heard of or has been putting in extra work or maybe been recommended. So crazy.
Yeah. I think they just have to figure out like what I don't know. Like, I don't know how that board meeting goes. Like, I don't know who watches the videos that they put out and go like, tweet it or like make it, update it so it's like this. Like, I don't know how that board meeting goes, because I know if I was in there, I'd be like, isn't this about black creators? But
right, and like that goes to, and that's a perfect point, because that goes into my next 2 questions. One, you talked about a video on Twitter where the guy said that the fascist to gaming pipeline is so full. Yes. And I want to talk about that a little bit, and I also want to talk about do you think there's enough representation? Because there's a lot of representation on Twitch. Like, there's, like you said, there's POCs, there's black, there's transgender, there's gender fluid, there's bisexual, there's LGBTQ plus IA. I think that's the best way to, hey man, listen, I'm trying to be as, don't kill me, audience, please.
Don't hurt us.
Yeah, please. Do you feel that even though we don't get as seen on Twitch, there is there. Getting seen on Twitch is a whole nother thing. But when you mention like these meetings where somebody has made this content or made this tweet or made this blog to put out, do you think there's enough representation in Twitch? Like staffing wise, like actual Twitch workers, like people who work for Twitch that are POC, that are black, and who have the ability to be like in a meeting to be like, yo, my G, don't do this. Like, like, please. Like,
it's hard. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
I could just assume that if these videos and these decisions are being made, no. Like from the outside looking in, I'm not saying like a definitive, this is what it is.
Like he didn't scope LinkedIn and just saw all white people. Like we didn't go through that far. Like
as someone that is on the outside looking in, if I saw that video of, and we keep coming back to the support black creators because that was like
one of the bigger issues. Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, who approved? Like
who approved this? That was the biggest question. Like who approved this?
Yeah. Like you had you know, your predominantly white streamers, right? Like Dr. Lupo does so much for the community, right? So much. I'm not gonna rag on him. He's not black though.
Right.
He's not
black. Right.
Like, if you're gonna end the video with like share, create, support black creators, and then you show 2 out of the 20 people that you just showed, like it kind of makes you think like maybe there isn't enough POC employees
to say, hey, let's rethink this.
Yeah, like maybe there aren't enough in that team that approved whatever's going on. Now, when it comes to the Hispanic heritage thing, you could look at that and be like, you know, like, you know, if I would have seen like, okay, like if fucking Gary Twitch came up to me and was like, hey, like, we're gonna put a sombrero on this emote for Hispanic Heritage Month. What do you think? I would have been like,
please don't do this. Like,
I'm like, what? Like, no, don't do that. Like, I don't know, bro. To answer your question, from the outside looking in, it looks like they need more representation.
Right.
But then like you have like you have that stuff happen, right?
Right.
Like they do this, but then you know, they have these words that still aren't like banned from Twitch. So
can't
like
say simp.
You can't say simp, but you could call someone the N-word. Like it's like
they still gotta find a way to ban usernames. Like
exactly.
And
like
the bot problem, which is going to always be a problem, but they have been getting worse.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like, bro, I would start my stream and like 2 minutes in, I get it. Luckily, I have stream elements that bans links from non-subs.
Yeah.
And like obviously a sub is going to be a real person.
Right.
So like when it comes to stuff like that, right? When they target words like simp, virgin, incel, but then you could call someone the F word. You could call someone the N word. Right? You could call people like me the S word. It's like, it's like, where's
your priorities at with this?
Look at your priority list, because like I need to evaluate what your priorities are, because they're obviously not the big issues like DMCA, racism.
Right.
You're more worried about someone going into a Pokemon
banning cosplay because of cleavage, but
yeah. Like you're more worried about people going into Pokemon stream and calling people watching her a simp than like someone going into Trihex's stream and calling him the N-word. It's like it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't, and that's one of those moments where I don't lose faith. I'm just disappointed because it's like I know they could do better, because like you have so many awesome people working. Like my favorite person working at Twitch is DJ Wee. I love that guy. Like every time I see him at TwitchCon, Like he just has a smile on his face. He has like the most great things to say. Like he's a good speaker.
Right.
Now, is he a good speaker because that's his job? Maybe. But like when I watch him speak, like you could tell like he's passionate about he's passionate about growing the community. He's passionate about like making Twitch a better place.
Right.
And he always says, because Emmett Shear is the CEO of Twitch, but like he's not on Twitter as much as DJ Wheat is. Like if I were to put a face to Twitch, it would be DJ Wheat. So like when shit like this happens, he gets bombarded by all this shit, and he's like, I'm not in charge of that. Like I'm not in charge of like the TOS and the moderation. Like I don't make those decisions, and I feel bad because like when you see that there's people that actually care about Twitch's image, and like they want it to be a good place, and then it's the people that are in charge of this shit, like making. I'm not throwing shade, but you make someone that likes to pretend to be a deer on stream in charge of banning people, or like being a part of a team that you get communication whether or not their people are.
They put the person who dresses up as an animal on a team to be in charge of human connection.
Like, but then like it's not even that. I'm not ragging on that, but I'm describing the type of person that they put in charge here.
Right.
Like not in charge because Twitch later came out with communication. Like these people don't have the power to ban people. They're just like they're basically their contact, right?
Right.
Like to gauge. Like they're people that Twitch go to be like, hey, what do you think about this?
Right.
To get like, what's the information? Not information, but like a feeling of.
Yeah, like a little bit of feedback or critique.
Right. That's the word I'm looking for. But like then you have that same person going on stream and like, I have the power to ban people. It's like, then that's when Twitch has to be like, well, I mean, if you feel that way, then I'm sorry, but you're out.
Yeah. And
like, I don't know. But
we're not even talking about. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, I'm just saying, going back to my original point, I think one, they do need more people of color to kind of give their feedback on certain things. And two, that I highly believe that there are people that aren't persons of color, one, and two, that are actually good people that want to do well by the community, whether they're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, what have you.
Right. That's 1,000%. And we have it.
All the bad stuff that happens.
Facts. And
yeah,
my last question to wrap this up, or before we wrap this up, is we haven't even gotten to the problem of TwitchCon itself. Of course, it was the big issue where at multiple TwitchCons there was the open drinks. That was the issue, and there was unfortunate events that happened due to that. And now, but my question to you is, even with keeping that in mind and with keeping every issue, right, that happened from 2019, or every issue that surfaced from 2019 all the way till this month of 2021. Let's just hypothetically say let's say the world heals itself and we're all good for TwitchCon 2021. My questions to you is, with all the Twitch drama, with all the issues, do you think it's actually going, like, do you think that TwitchCon 2021, or the next time we all go to TwitchCon amidst all these issues, do you think it's going to be a different vibe? No. You don't think so?
I don't think so, because I think a lot of people feel the same way I do when streamers.
Because I've seen people threatening people like, yo, when I see you at the next TwitchCon, it's a problem.
You're talking about like community versus like,
yes, not platform wise. Like I get to the platform part after this, but community wise, like even when the Me Too thing happened, like when people were like, yo, if this fucking predator shows his face at TwitchCon, it's a fucking problem. Like, or like if, you know, when the races, like when racism was attacking black content creators, like, yo, if I see you at TwitchCon, like, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, do you think because the community has now so much weight of tension, like, do you think that's going to cause a different vibe at the next TwitchCon?
Well, I think, yeah, if the people that were exposed are stupid enough to show their face there, like you have to be pretty
fucking stupid.
Yeah. You have to be pretty stupid to be exposed for being, you know, a piece of shit, and then making the decision to actually show your face there like anyone wants you there.
That's a fact. But people are bold enough because they feel like, because you know why? Their supporters don't think they did anything wrong.
It's true.
And they get enabled to fight back and be defensive and be like, well, I didn't do fucking anything wrong. Like, just last week, there was something, I don't know who this was, but I saw people talking about some dude who was grooming somebody. And it's like, if he shows his fucking face, it's like, yo, like, don't let me catch you at the Korean buffet. like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to like the community,
I'm not gonna threaten anybody. That's alleged. Hypothetical.
I don't know, bro. If I see someone that was grooming little kids, I'm beating the shit out of them.
That's a fact. That be known. That's a fact. I just don't want to get off the plane and get arrested. At least let me get to the person first.
No, I mean, like, now that you've cleared that up, like the question, I know people, like I know people within the Twitch community that have said, like, if I ever saw this person, like in real life, at TwitchCon, at a convention, at a PAX, whatever, like, I would hurt them. And, you know, do I fear for the person that is going to get attacked safety? No, because they like,
you're a piece of shit. Yeah, you're a piece of shit. You're a racist. You're a racist. You're a sexist. You're a piece of shit. You groom children. Get your ass beat.
Yeah, I mean, bro, that would happen to you if you were in jail.
That's a fact.
If you went to jail. You went to jail for what you did. You would get killed.
That's a fact. Straight shank.
You don't want to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, they want to beat you up. So I would take getting beaten up than killed. But do I think it's gonna cause a weird vibe? I think if it blows up again towards TwitchCon, because I think unless
that's what happened. Like, if it wasn't in a pandemic, when everything blew up, it was fucking May.
True. That's a good point.
And it was like July. And we were like, if it wasn't a pandemic, you only got a month until TwitchCon. You already bought your ticket.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, I didn't even think about that. Like, if we weren't in a pandemic and all that shit happened, that's a really good point. Like I said, do I think I think if it blows up again,
yeah,
you know, if another wave, and I hope it does, because I love when these motherfuckers get exposed, because
it teaches me who not to fuck with.
Exactly. One, these bad people are getting exposed. Two, timeline kind of juicy. Like, at the timeline, the TV things ain't good.
That's a fact.
The memes undefeated.
Oh my god.
But like if TwitchCon, let's say TwitchCon 2021, the vaccine becomes like fucking Superman, cures everybody. It's safe enough to have a convention. Unless like someone that got exposed was like, hey guys, I'm going. It could literally be one of them. It could be one of them. And if they say, hey guys, I'm going to TwitchCon, that tweet will blow up, and then everyone will start talking about it again. Yep. And then it would. I
could see it now. Somebody being like, imagine a predator going to TwitchCon. Like, I can see the tweet.
But I mean, you know, obviously they can't do anything outside of the convention. But if you're banned on Twitch, you are banned from TwitchCon.
Yeah,
like you can't go to TwitchCon unless you do what Anything for Views did. Which, shout out to Cold Ones. This is a shirt from Cold Ones.
Hey.
Anything for Views got banned on Twitch, not for being a predator, just for, like, I think showing his ass on camera. He got banned, but he was at TwitchCon, and I got a picture with him, and I was really confused when I saw him, because I was like, aren't you banned? He actually got sent there by like one of the booths he like Gamer Sups, like a competitor to like G Fuel.
Yeah.
They had him there as an exhibitor, so that was like his loophole to being able to be at. So I loved it. Like when he told me that, I was like, bro, you're the GOAT. I love that guy. But yeah, like you're not gonna see someone that groomed kids or
got banned,
like,
right?
People
and that was the biggest thing, because a lot of the times, and the reason why I say that is because a lot of the times people who did get exposed, they didn't get banned yet. It was always under investigation. But then when it was under when Twitch put out that big thing where it was like, yo, we're gonna investigate all the people mentioned and things like that, it went right back into another big issue. So I don't know how, if they went back to, to do that, because some of these people who got exposed could just be, it's now still in hearsay air.
Yeah, it's true. I think I'll definitely give Twitch credit.
Yeah.
Because they banned a lot of people during that time.
They did.
Like no matter who they were. Like you could have outed like a huge streamer.
Which Dr. Disrespect getting banned around the same time was the worst thing. That was the worst thing. That was the worst thing.
Like that was added that added a little bit of fuel to the fire, because now you have people speculating, is this man that has a wife and kid, is he doing something now? It's like, but then we never knew. So that kind of there was a lot of rumors that went around. Some rumors I believed until they were debunked.
Right.
Admittedly, but I don't think he did anything. I think it was more of like a business decision.
Right. Just bad timing on Twitch's part.
Yeah. I don't think Dr. Disrespect did anything wrong.
Right.
I think it was more of if I were to put on my aluminum foil hat and give you a conspiracy theory, I think I think Twitch did that to save money and get their other bigger streamers back, because with all these bigger streamers being on Mixer and YouTube, like Shroud and Thing,
right,
they probably locked in Doc with a disgustingly large contract to keep Dr. Disrespect on Twitch. And I think the money, and again, this is I'm just giving hack theory. I'm just a hack.
Right.
I'm just a hack. I'm just saying that I think what they did was they fucking struck down the contract that they had with Doc and used that money to get Ninja and Shroud back, and Logic, because Logic came back. Logic got signed to Twitch scarily close to when Doc got banned.
Yes.
So it was kind of like it was a big weird champ.
Yeah, and even people, because I even saw people were like, the man who happened to save the TwitchCon concert gets a really big deal when the other one leaves. Like, it was crazy.
But going back to our point, talking about like the TwitchCon vibe. Again, if you're banned on Twitch, you cannot enter TwitchCon.
It's a fact.
If you did not get banned from Twitch, but you did get exposed, you'd be very, very,
very stupid.
Very, very stupid to show your face around there. Because back to your point, there's always going to be people who support those people, right?
Right.
Like now, if I put myself into their shoes, right? Like the people who got exposed, if I put myself into their shoes, is meeting those people worth an ass beating? Probably not.
Fact, though. That's a fact.
I don't give a fuck who you are, bro. Like, if I know I'm gonna get my ass beat by multiple people, we're not just talking about one person. We're talking about people. We're talking about people who, one, are friends with the streamers who got like sexually assaulted.
Yes.
Two, people that don't even know the streamer that got sexually assaulted, but just want to beat the shit out of someone that's a sexual abuser.
That's a fact.
And then you have people that are just like overall friends with fans of the viewer.
Right.
So you have the friends, or like fans of the
streamer.
You're not
safe.
So you have the friends of the streamer, the friends who aren't friends with the streamer, they just want to beat your ass because you're a bad person. Then you have the community just wanting to beat your ass. So you have like so many outlets of ass whoopings you can get.
And a lot of people, because I've seen when that was going on, somebody when I was reading the thread, somebody from Me Too, from Who Got Exposed, was literally saying like it doesn't matter, like I'm still gonna go, like I like, he was like, okay, if I get fucking banned from Twitch, like I still know people who would get me in the parties.
What
And I'm like,
the fuck, bro? Like,
because you know,
would
like
you
when
do
TwitchCon
that?
happens, like people have like offset parties at their Airbnbs or hotels or whatever, or like they go to a restaurant, they have a big sit down, and they were like, I would still go just because I know people who would get me into that. And I'm like,
Fucking
don't
stupid,
go,
bro. You're dumb.
don't go. I will, like, you'll get your ass beat at the airport.
Why would you? Yeah, what?
Like,
Your ass beat on the plane.
like,
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's stupid. But do I think if it becomes a problem, do I think Twitch is going to address it? 100%. I
yeah.
think if Twitch sees that there's a danger aspect or like a security risk,
Oh,
right?
security should be high.
The security would be high. Like I remember, it wasn't TwitchCon, it was PAX, and I think a shooting happened, like maybe like a month or 2 months before PAX, and like, bro, security was tight. Like you saw security everywhere during that PAX because it was so close to like that last shooting happening. And I'll be honest, like I was kind of like nervous because like, you know,
like, hey, should I go to this? Like, yeah,
you never know. You never know where it's gonna happen.
But something that shooters love is big.
Exactly.
Big crowds. Yeah.
So
just
like
start letting shots off.
Yeah, security was huge. So I think if Twitch sees that there's a security risk, and you know they are seeing that these people and streamers are like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this guy if I see him, there's gonna be, I think they
hope there's a big security risk on their cups too, because fuck you got exposed cups for,
bro. Don't oh my god, bro, don't even get me started. Why would you have that? Like, why won't you just have a bartender? Like,
with no, on just cups on a table.
Hire a freelance bartender from like an agency and just make a bar. What? Why do you have open cups? Why? Who like it goes back to that, right? Like
who's approving this, right?
Exactly. Like, oh my god. It's one of it's one of those things that like it's hard to wrap your head around because it's so
insane. Because you wouldn't think a multi-million-dollar company or a multi-million-dollar platform owned by a multi-billion-dollar company would be as stupid.
Yeah. And it's like, to a point, bro, you have to expect the worst from people.
Right. Like platforms like that can't expect positive intent. It's like, no, cover the fucking cups. Like people are weird out here.
Don't even have the cups out. Just have a bartender.
That's a fact.
Like I remember when I went to PAX, they would have their parties at a place called the Royale. And it's like a really, like, I guess it's a famous venue in Boston, and I love it. I think I've been to 3 parties there in total.
Oh wow.
And that's a place, they literally have 4 bars that you could go to.
Nice.
In the entire venue. Why couldn't they just, bro, your Twitch, your Amazon, you were able to rent, bro. I remember going to TwitchCon in 2018.
Right.
No, 2018. Yeah, it was 2018. Bro, Amazon rented out an entire soccer stadium to have their party. You're telling me you couldn't get 4?
Yeah, because 2019 they rented out the baseball stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
And was able to get Logic last minute, like.
Exactly. So like you're telling me you
couldn't get a bartender? Like you couldn't get a catering service?
And that happened in 2019, the Open Cup thing.
Yeah, it did.
You could rent out an entire soccer stadium, have Diplo play there, like,
but not have bartender.
Soccer stadium had 1 bar, but it was multiple. There was multiple tenders around that bar. Like it was a big one. It was like big one bar behind the soccer stadium, but you were able to like go to different people,
right?
Which wasn't bad. You weren't online for too long, but like, bro, if anything, just rent that party there. Like rent a party at a place that has a bar and just hire freelance people to use it. I don't know, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's one of those things where you're like, who approved this? Who thought
Right.
of that? And then, you know, then you have to deal with the backlash from that the day
Yes.
after. Bro,
Yes.
you're at your convention and people are talking shit about you.
Yes.
Like you have, I remember when there was I don't know if I remember like a girl went missing, like a streamer went missing during TwitchCon one year.
Oh
And
shit.
luckily she was found. Luckily she was found. I think it was like a big misunderstanding. Like her phone died, and like she was trying to like find herself home. But like, it's like you gotta fucking be careful, bro.
Yeah.
Like
That's
Twitch
scary.
as a company can't be having shit like that happen when you could stop that from happening. Because God forbid, right? I think it was a misunderstanding. Like her phone died, and she just needed a way to get home. But like, what if it wasn't that? Like, what if we all heard that she went missing, and it fucking, God forbid, the investigation goes to see like she was drugged at that party, and then what? What happens?
And you're fucking fucked. Because I think even on Twitter there was people who were like, yeah, like I got home and I realized the cup that I drunk. Yup, and it's insane. And lastly, with Twitch, you know, at the end of every TwitchCon they do the they do a little look back, and they talk about the issues of Twitch. The year of.
Yeah.
How the do you think that's gonna go? And when that man gets on that stage and he don't talk about no DMCA, he don't talk about the Black Lives Matter Twitch issues, he don't talk about the sexism, he don't talk about, like, how do you think that's going to go? As my last question.
I don't think they'll do it. Like, if I don't think we're gonna have TwitchCon this year. I would love to.
Yeah, I would love to.
I don't think we're gonna have one this year.
I do feel like the next TwitchCon though, they have to address the past couple of years, like at least 2020, because it was too big to ignore it.
I don't think they will though. That's the thing. Like, I think the
that
next
backlash
time
will be crazy.
I think the next time we'll have a proper TwitchCon will probably be 2022.
Yeah.
I don't see any conventions coming back this year.
No.
And if they do, I think it's going to be a bit early. But, you know, again, who knows? Like, the vaccine could be like Superman and work fast.
Yeah.
But that's all depending on how good it is, how much our government could supply it, and stuff like that. So, I mean, if we're looking back at the past few years, our government hasn't been good in supplying anything.
That's a fact.
With this new administration coming in, maybe we'll get lucky. But I don't think they have a reason. Like, for example, let's say we do have one in 2022.
Right.
I don't think there's a reason for them to spend time on what happened 2 years ago, because I feel like there's going to be so much that happens in the next year when it comes to Twitch. I think this is gonna. If I'm gonna make a prediction right now.
Got it.
I think that Twitch is going to be the biggest that it's ever been this year. That is. I'm gonna predict that it's going to get bigger, and I think. And this is me having faith in them. And this is not just me assuming positive intent. I honestly believe that because last year was such a bad year for Twitch, I think it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
I think
I would hope so. I have that faith as well.
I think they're going to make decisions that
get their shit together.
That get their shit together, that are more influenced by the community rather than someone with a suit and tie on in their business meetings. And I think they're going to be more for the creator than they've ever been this year. Whether they figure out DMCA, whether they don't, I think this is going to be a good year for Twitch's image after the dog shit year. I think Twitch is going to be on the upswing.
Yeah.
Because last year was definitely the roundup. Like, so I think Twitch was like,
he's on the ropes. Like,
yeah, like I think Twitch was like here last year. And I think this year I think they're gonna do well. I hope so. I really do.
Yeah, me too. I have that faith as well.
I really, really do. But I don't think that if we do have TwitchCon this year, which I don't think we will, there's gonna be so much to talk about.
Yes.
Yes. Because I think Twitch started off the year very well because they banned Trump from their platform.
Yes.
They banned they didn't, I don't think they banned him, but they took away PogChamp, the guy that's the creator of the PogChamp emote, because of him encouraging the riots happening.
Right.
So that I think that was a big W for Twitch.
Big dub.
And
W.
I think one of I think one of the best decisions Twitch ever made was actually influenced by a community member by showcasing a streamer every single day for the year and making them the PogChamp emote.
Yes.
I think that's incredible. That's such a great
idea. That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I think that's a great. I want to hold on. I have my Twitch chat up. I actually want to see who the PogChamp emote is today.
What if it's yours?
Yo, imagine. That'd be crazy. That's cool. I don't know who it is, but I think that's a great idea. Like,
that's facts.
You know, that's a way to showcase streamers. You know, if, for example, like if I got picked and I'm like, yo guys, I'm the PogChamp emote today. Like, that's cool. That's a positive thing.
Right.
There's nothing negative that could come from that decision. And
that's a fact.
I think Twitch needs to start making decisions like that. Now, not every decision is not going to have setbacks. There's always setbacks to decisions, but for this decision in particular, where it was
a really great step in the right direction.
Yeah, it's purely community driven.
Right.
I think that's a good idea. So I think that was a really good way to start the year off by banning this toxic president that we have, that we're going to have for the next 2 weeks. Getting rid of people that are supporting him,
right,
in a dangerous way,
right,
and working with the community to make decisions such as this PogChamp every single day, a different PogChamp every single day. I think that they have to continue that trend. We'll see. Maybe February will fuck it up. Maybe they'll make another video where it's just, it'll be Black History Month, and then they have a video of all Asian people. We don't know.
Dr. Lupo, please help.
We'll see. But I mean, I hope that's not the case. I really hope they continue. They're going to fuck up. They're going to. But let's try to keep it at a minimum this year.
Fucking minimum.
And don't make them big fuck ups. Like, don't make them huge fuck ups. Like, keep them small fuck ups, so we could be like, oh, that's kind of weird, but okay.
Yeah. All right. Little tone deaf, but okay.
Yeah.
Now, for the wrap up, we have. I've been seeing you stream for 6 years now. 6 years? Maybe.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
On and off until like 3 years ago.
Right. So I've seen the Jump Kings. I've seen the Binding of Isaacs. I've seen the Hitmans. I've seen the Yakuzas. I've seen the Apex Legends. I've seen the GTA RPs.
I missed that.
What are some games or some streams that you are looking to either bring back? Like if you want to bring Kentucky back.
Oh man.
Denver Willis. With games coming out, like, we've seen the Assassin's Creed, like what games are you looking to make a return on? Because I also think about it like this. I sometimes think with the community you have now, right? Like your streams are very much more popping off. They're very much more positive, very much more active. Man, if you bring back Denver Willis now,
yeah, it's true.
That's some popping shit. Like,
you're not lying. And those have been thoughts that have crossed my head. Yes.
And like those, so what streams are you looking forward to in the future as like my last question?
Yeah. Well, I think all focus is on Hitman 3.
Yes.
Because
January 20th.
Hitman, my girlfriend's getting it for me for my birthday. She's getting me the deluxe edition.
Shout out GFNAF.
I get all of the cool suits and the season pass.
Hey.
But
you dressing up? Don't tell me. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Just okay.
I'm not gonna give you a yes or no. I'll give you I want to.
Okay.
But all focus right now is towards that, because Hitman 1, Hitman 2, those have been that game has definitely become a staple.
Yes.
Of my channel. Like if if I were to think about games that have been the staples of my channel, it would be GTA RP for sure.
It's a fact.
Even though I haven't done it in a while.
Still
Apex
a staple.
now.
I still watch that High School Musical clip.
Oh,
it's a classic. A classic.
I think Apex has become a staple in the past few months. Hitman is 100% a staple. I think Binding of Isaac was a very early staple.
Assassin's Creed, maybe. Would you count Assassin's Creed as a staple?
No, I haven't really streamed a lot of Assassin's Creed games. I think I streamed a little bit of Odyssey and I streamed a little bit of Valhalla.
Right.
I wouldn't call it a staple. I streamed a lot of Black Flag, but that was like years. That was before I worked with you. That was years ago, bro. Like we're talking Xbox One, like Xbox One, like VCR,
like OG. Oof.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, I would definitely consider those games to be staples. And with this being the final Hitman game,
what?
Yeah, it's. I don't know if it's gonna be the final Hitman game, but when they came out with the first game, IO Interactive stated that it's gonna be a trilogy. Like they said, there's gonna be 3 games. That's it.
Oh shit!
So we don't know if there's gonna be more in the future. But when they made the first game, they let everyone know. They're like, this is a trilogy. So
this is gonna be that's gonna be exciting. Okay.
Yeah, when the second game came out, they were like, here's the second game. We wanna in the next game we want to put an end to the story. So we're really excited. So this is the final Hitman game. As far as we know. So I'm excited because again, it's been a staple. I've 100%ed the first game on stream. When the second game came out, we did a really big stream for it.
Yeah,
we did, and my community wasn't even that like crazy back then.
But it was still was still fun though.
Like I dressed up as the clown disguise. I dressed up as the clown disguise. We did that for like the weekend, and it was a lot of fun. And then I just continued on with those streams. We 100% of the second game. I actually just finished 100%ing the DLC on stream last night.
Nice.
So we are 100% ready for Hitman 3. And then Hitman 3 actually comes out 2 days before my birthday. So we're gonna have the Hitman streams along with my birthday streams. I have those days off too.
That's gonna be fun as shit.
I made sure to have ask for the days off. I didn't know that. I thought Hitman first came out on the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
And then I learned it came out on the 20th. So I might ask for an additional day off so I could play it nonstop for like that week. We're probably not going to stream Monday and Tuesday,
and just
like
go
Sunday,
straight.
Monday, Tuesday. We're probably going to have 3 straight days off, and then once Hitman 3 comes out, I'm gonna stream because it comes out on a Wednesday, which is weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Very weird.
I think it's because IO Interactive is they're overseas, so that's kind of why Cyberpunk came out when it did. Because over there it came out on a Friday, over here it came out on a Thursday.
Got you.
So I probably won't stream Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then literally go nonstop Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday with Hitman.
Hell yeah! Oh, that's gonna be fun. Oh, that's gonna be so fun.
That's gonna be the next big stream, and I'm really excited. I'm grateful that they decided to. They didn't do it for me, but I'm grateful that that release landed on my birthday, like my birthday weekend.
They knew.
So
they knew.
They were like, "Yo, the Hitman go." Because, dude, I actually had people that don't even like are like super active in my chat tell me like they would send me like before Hitman 3 was even a thing. They'd send me like documentaries on Hitman, like, "Yo, I love your Hitman streams. I saw this video." Like,
that's
I hadn't
sick.
seen it. And then when Hitman 3 came out, bro, when Hitman 3 got announced, that's all my mentions were. Like,
yeah, I think I did that too. Yeah, I was like, I got
maybe like 10, 15.
Twitch God's back.
Dude, I got like 10, 15, which is not a lot to some people, but like,
that's still good to know that your community, that people have you in your mind, you know?
Exactly. I got like 10, 15 mentions of people like, "Yo, at DreNav, like, look, the Hitman 3." And meanwhile, I'm tweeting like, "I know, I'm crying. I'm so excited." Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I teared up when I saw that Hitman 3. I was like, "Let's fucking
go."
I love Hitman. I love Hitman. I loved it since I was a child. And and I loved Blood Money. Absolution, I think, is very underrated.
That's a fact.
I think a lot of people shit on Absolution because it was more geared towards like the chaos of shooting people rather than being stealthy. But I think that's just the way they were playing, because I was able to play Absolution the way I play Hitman now and being sneaky. I think there was a lot of things in Hitman that should be in the Hitman today.
Right.
And I'm kind of going off course, but
no, we here. I'm with you.
I bring this up every single time in Hitman Absolution, right? So when you're in disguise in Hitman 2, because I don't know if they put it in Hitman 3, because I'm kind of saving I'm not watching any videos about Hitman 3. I'm kind of gonna watch it.
Right.
I'm gonna experience it like for the first time when I play it. In Hitman 2, when you put a disguise on, you can't walk near someone. Like you walk near someone and they have a chance to see you.
Right.
Right. Like there's nothing you could do. Like if have a bodyguard outfit on, there's an enforcer, that the one that has a little circle on his head.
Right.
Which means like he could see through your disguise and find out if you're not who you say you are. And like in Hitman Absolution, you had that same mechanic. This blows my mind that they didn't put it in the new Hitman game, bro. Like I get angry when I start thinking about it. You could put on that outfit, and then if there's someone that could find you out, you could do this. Like you could walk past them and you could go like that. Like it's a button you press, and you'll like hide your face so they wouldn't see you. Like
that's sick.
The suspicion meter would go up, but not nearly as fast as it does in
Hitman 2, right?
Like it goes up.
Sick.
They get suspicious because like, why is he blocking his face? But you could walk past someone
like they did in like Assassin's Creed, right? Or like you blend in, right?
Yeah, you could blend into crowds in Hitman 2. They didn't make it a thing in Hitman 1, but you could blend into crowds in Hitman 2. But you still can't do the, like, if you blend into a crowd and walk past someone who could see your disguise, they won't see you because you're in the crowd,
right? But
like in Absolution, it could just be you and that guy in a field, and you could like walk by and you could like, if you have like if it has like a hat, like he could like tilt his hat so you don't see his face. And I'm like, bro, that makes me feel like a hitman. Like,
yeah, that's kind of cool.
Running past someone that can see through my disguise, like that, I don't feel like a hitman. I feel like an idiot. Like if I'm in a bank, and I'm trying to get through a vault and I have a security outfit on, I don't want to be running. That makes me look suspicious. If I just did this, like blocking my face as I'm walking by, then okay. Anyway,
that's
I got distracted. But you know, the next big stream I'm looking forward to is definitely Hitman 3. Twitch.tv/DreNav. If you guys want to.
No, that's right. That'd definitely be in the description.
If you guys want to check it out.
Hell yeah.
After that, bro, I think it's just one goal that I set for myself is that I want to hit 200,000 gamer score by the end of the year.
You're gonna try and do that on stream?
Yes. Okay. So there's gonna be a lot of streams this year that are gonna be focused more towards on achievement hunting, which I love those streams because those are the streams where it's more of a chill vibe. Because like I usually like I'm gonna put on a game I enjoy. I'm not gonna play a boring game because then it just is boring content. But like if it's a game, like once we beat the story of Hitman, then that's when it becomes more chill vibes.
Right. Because what about Yakuza?
Say it again?
Yakuza.
And Yakuza,
right.
Like Yakuza is going to be a lot of show vibes because that's a game where you could play the story, but it requires a lot of grinding achievements.
Right.
So like when I hit a game like that where we could just like explore the open world and go for achievements and like bro, I turn on the stream, put on a lo-fi playlist, and then we just vibe. And those are the best streams. Those are the streams that end up being like 7 hours because I'm just chilling, just
playing the game. Yeah.
Playing the game, getting achievements. You could talk to chat because you don't really have to focus on what's going on because you already, like for Hitman, I already beat the story, so I don't really have to focus on what's going on.
Right.
I could just be like, okay, I have to kill my target with poison gas. Okay, then then the objective for like the next hour is finding out how to do it with the poison gas.
Right.
Like yesterday, I was playing the DLC story and I was doing the secret achievement where it had. I had to find like 14 hidden skulls on an island and shoot them. So like a secret, like an Easter egg thing will come up. So like we just did that for like an hour, just looking around the island. It was fun because like, I'm not focused on like one thing. I'm just like kind of fucking around, and then it gives me an opportunity to like focus on chat more than the game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. I'm not paying attention to a story. I'm not paying attention to voice lines. I'm just
like you're not fighting other people and things like that. Hell yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, the year's looking like a lot of achievement hunting streams. My goal, not my stream goal, but my goal for the year is to at least get 100,000 gamer score.
Nice.
Which is a lot. Like that's a lot of games I'm gonna have to play. But we'll see. Well, I'm gonna get as close as I can. But like my main goal is to at least hit 200,000 by the end of the year, and I'm at 166,000. So I literally 33,000 and some change to hit that. So that's if I were to 100% every single game, that's 30 games that I have to 100%. So we'll see.
Hell yeah.
We'll see. But I'm having a lot of fun. The channel and Twitch in general has been a lot of fun as of late. It's always been fun, but like it's more fun when you start to see the fruits of your labor and and you see the chat active on a daily basis, and you see people talking in your Discord, and you just invite more people to your community, whether it be on Twitter or in another community. It's fun.
And share before we take off, share your thoughts on the name of your community and your OC, and like how that blends into your creativity.
Okay, so the name of my community is the Inner Circle, and that name actually is the Easter egg behind that name has to do with what I went through, like the drama that I went through, right? Because I was thinking of when I was like, okay, I want to rebrand, I wanted to start taking this like seriously. I was trying to think of a name, and every name that I thought of just didn't work. I was like, this is not working. This is not working. I don't like this name. I don't like this name. We used to be the Rage Fam, and that, like, looking back, that's kind of fucking cringy. So I was like, I want to come up with anything cringy. I want to come up with something cool. So then I was like, I need to think of a name that means something to me and I could tell a story about. So I was thinking, and I was watching wrestling one day, and there's a group called Inner Circle. It's not the Inner Circle. They're just their Inner Circle.
Right.
And I was thinking, I was like, Inner Circle. And then I started thinking back on my own life and how I had problems with people within my inner circle.
That's fire. I like that.
So then I was like, the Inner Circle. The Inner Circle. The Inner Circle.
Yeah.
And then I was like, boom, that's the name of my community. And it didn't really mean anything for a while. I had the story behind that name. And I was thinking about it, and up until recently, I went through a big shift in my life where I moved. Mm-hmm. I moved states. I moved in with my girlfriend for the first time in the 9 years that we've been together.
Wow.
And we finally moved in, and I think that was a good turning point for me to be like, or good start of the chapter to be like, okay, I want to rebrand. Like I want the Inner Circle to mean something. When someone thinks of the Inner Circle, I want them to think of this thing.
Right.
And since I changed the name from Rage Fam or whatever the hell, I think, it was the Blackout Club.
Yes.
It was called the Blackout Club. Yes. It was Rage Fam, the Blackout Club, which meant no fucking sense. And then I moved into the Inner Circle because I thought that was a cooler name to have.
Right.
Because I had a emotional story. Like I have an emotional connection to the name, the Inner Circle, because it makes me think about that, like what happened to me in the past and how strong I am now.
Yes.
So that's what it means to me. But I wanted it to mean something for the community. So upon moving and going through this big change in my life, being purely independent for the first time in my life, I was like, I want to change this. So up until then, it's been nothing. The Inner Circle really didn't mean anything. It was just like glitches. Like when you would see me start the stream, it would be like Kimiko, which is our at the time is our mascot.
Right.
Was our mascot, but she was just there.
Like
she didn't have a role. She was just a character that I created.
Shout out Kimiko.
Yeah, word. Shout out to Kimiko. She was just a character I created. That was the mascot of the channel. But what was the channel? We don't know. The Inner Circle wasn't anything. So when I went through this change, I worked with artists. I worked with RenaMarq. I worked with Diego, which is artsy at Artsy Tunes on Twitter.
Oh, Diego, I love Diego.
At Artsy Tunes, and we worked together. And now the inner circle is exactly what I wanted it to be. Exactly what I want it to be. And it is, the inner circle is like the gimmick behind the stream and the channel now is that the inner circle is a nightclub. It's a cyberpunk nightclub in an undisclosed location. It's in a cyberpunk looking city,
right,
with no name. Maybe we'll learn the name eventually. Maybe the lore will develop. We'll see.
We can go.
But yeah, it's a nightclub. It's a cyberpunk nightclub in an alleyway in a cyberpunk type city. And Kimiko is the manager of that club. She owns the club, and all I do is stream from the club to provide entertainment for the club. So, you know, I went from not knowing what to call my community to coming up with the inner circle. Didn't really have, I wanted to have like a gimmick. You know, I just didn't want to go live and then boom, hello, I'm live. I kind of wanted to have a thing where, you know, it meant something. So I turned the inner circle. I worked with Mark. I worked with Diego. We turned the inner circle into a nightclub. Mark made incredible. Mark literally makes everything you hear on my stream,
did whether it be a
follow, like the what happened?
I said I did my best.
Mark makes the intro. He makes the intermission. He makes the ending music. He makes the follows. He makes the gifted subs sounds. He makes all the alerts. I think the only alert you don't make is the host and the follow, because I just have them like, I didn't want to make them into big things because like, you know, you don't want someone to follow and just like every time. You know, if I get rated, that's the fucking rest of the stream. So
that's a fact.
So I think the follow alert is something you sent me where it's just like a glitch.
Like, yes, that's it. It's just a glitch thing. Yeah.
And then when someone hosts me, it's like a Kingdom Hearts like chime when you pick something. But that's Mark literally makes everything else you hear on the stream. That's not from a stupid meme soundboard.
Yeah, and that's always gonna grow. Like as long as we're in the, you know, that's always gonna grow. Because I know like sometime maybe down the line you're gonna get tired of the same theme and sound. So you know what I mean? Like, so I'm always thinking of ways to just send you other stuff too and create other stuff for you.
Appreciate it.
Of course, because you know, I don't want you to feel like it was a one and done. Like as you ever evolve and as your channel ever evolves and as your community ever evolves, I feel like the things behind it has to evolve as well. So
yeah,
like that's gonna be a thing. I don't want you to be like, think about it, fucking 7 years from now and you're still streaming and it's still like it's like all right, dog. Like,
like yeah, for sure. No, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Listen, we've created as a team, we've created an environment that people could watch on stream that I'm very proud of, and I'm really proud and excited to build upon that, because I think I've gotten so many people that tell me like they love the vibe of my streams now.
You have one of the more immersive channels. A lot of people don't do that.
Yeah,
like you have one of the more immersive channels that like I like to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember when I was working with you guys, I was like, I want the stream to be like a sandwich, right? Like I want it to be the beginning. I want it to be like a night out. Like I wanted the beginning to be like you're outside the nightclub ready to get in. Then the intermission or just chatting is like you're in, and the actual stream is you hanging out at the club, whatever.
Right.
And then like people that sub and gift, like that's the music playing, whatever. And then the end of the stream is like you'll see me sitting with Kimiko at the bar, drunk, sleeping. That's the end of the stream. Everyone's going home. And I think we did a fantastic job creating that. I've gotten so many people that tell me like they love the vibe now, like they love Kimiko. I think adding Kimiko to the mix was a really smart idea. She's the best girl. You know, her being added to the Discord as well kind of adds some immersion to the character. But yeah, I mean, I love it, man. I'm excited for it to grow. I think lately I've been very consistent in my growth, and I just, you know, nowhere to go but up, baby.
That's a fact.
So that's my focus. That's my focus lately. And of course, like I said, when we first started, your growth is the slowest when you're live. It's all about creating that content and creating and growing your brand, your community offline on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, Discord, whatever you have. Literally, whatever social media you have, you need to utilize that if you want to grow.
That's a fact.
You have to. Because if you're just streaming, you're not going to grow. You're going to grow very, very slowly.
That's a fact. And that's our Per-Sception episode with DreNav. It's the perfect way to end that.
Dude, Mark hit me up. He was like, "Yeah, it's only gonna be like an hour and a half." Mind you,
we started
at
3 hours and 20 minutes, bro.
He said, "Oh no, it's gonna be an hour and a half, bro." Meanwhile, it's 4:30, and we started at 1. Oh my god!
and that, I think that goes to show the respect for each other, just as friends and sure, creators and things like that. And with that being said,
thank you for having me, man. This was
course,
so much fun.
Thank you for doing this.
This was my first actual sit down interview. Like I did a very quick interview at TwitchCon in 2018.
Yeah.
With man, I hate that I forgot his name, but it was like Bone something. But yeah, he interviewed me like really quickly, like outside, and he was just like the question that he was a pretty good question. It was like a 1-question interview. He just wanted. I think he was just going around asking people, and he was like, "Hey, do you stream?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, "Oh, let me check." Like just like I would say 2,000 people were like watching at the time. He was like, "Oh, just say you stream." So I check and know, and I was like, that. I got a couple followers from it, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
And the question he asked me was like, I asked him he asked me, what do I stream? I was like, "Oh, I'm a variety broadcaster." Right. He was like, "Oh, perfect." So he was like, "So do you think that being a variety broadcaster is better or worse than sticking to one game?" And like the too long didn't read answer was, when you're playing one game, it kind of hinders you from wanting to play other games because you have a community that knows you from one game. So like if you try to play another game, like if I try to play something else and they know me for like Warzone, if I play anything other than Warzone, I'm gonna lose that community that I get from Warzone. They don't want to watch anything else. And he was, it was a pretty good, like it was literally like a 5-minute thing. But I really appreciate you bringing me on. I remember seeing this like when you started doing this like pre-pandemic.
Yeah. I
wish we could have done this in person.
But adapt,
listen, bro. But again, exactly. Like ever since I saw you starting this, I've always wanted to be on it.
Oh yeah.
But I've always wanted to be on it. I thought it'd be super, super fun. I'm not surprised that we definitely went over the time.
Me neither.
That we accepted, but I'm glad we did because it was a lot of fun, and I've always wanted to do this, and I'm glad you brought me on, man.
Same, and I think anybody who watches this can not only get an insight on you as a creator, but an insight on the culture of streaming, the platform of Twitch. Like we really got into a slew of things that people can really learn from, and at least just get a real good insight on without like somebody sugarcoating every fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that's the biggest benefit. And plus, just to get, even if it's one extra pair of eyes on you, that's really why I do this. You know what I mean? So I appreciate this. And DreNav, thank you so much. Streaming, let let everybody know your schedule one more time.
Yeah, dude. Twitch.tv/DreNav. I'm at DreNav on literally everything because I'm not creative. It's just DreNav on everything. I'm most active on Twitter. So at DreNav. I'm sorry if you see me on your timeline. Especially at 2 a.m. on a Saturday. But but yeah, you can follow me on there. Twitch.tv/DreNav is my Twitch channel. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. EST. And then on Saturday, I'm live at noon. So you guys could catch me on there. Like I said, I'm a variety broadcaster. I play Apex a lot, but lately I've been playing Apex along with Yakuza. Thanks. And again, like I said, Hitman 3 is coming out in about 10 days. So that's going to be our next big stream. I would love to see you guys there. We're going to have a lot of fun. We might, I don't want to like spoil, but we might have like other things, like other incentives. Since it is my birthday stream, we might have some incentives.
That's gonna be fun.
For, like, doing certain things. We'll see. So that's gonna be the next big stream. So I'd love to see you guys there.
Hell yeah.
And again, Mark, thank you for having me. I had so much fun talking to you and just answering questions, having an open discussion. I think that's very important.
Yes.
For content creators to just have open discussion. Yes. Like we talked about everything from Twitch to politics to YouTube, TOS, everything, bro. We talked about everything. So I appreciate it.
That's the best way to do it. And one last time, I am RenaMarq, your modern Renaissance content creator, also your modern Renaissance streamer. I love you all. Shout out to the Renaissance. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.